it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself, or else nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? No, I do. Denial. These are not my words. Tell me where are mine? Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? What's up? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? What's up, people? Let's go. Wednesday. Hump day. What a day. What a day. What a day. Dude, what did I miss? Dude, all I can say is it possible to go 5 seconds without having to see Erika fucking Kirk on TV? Jesus H. Christ. It's like the worst episode of a reality fucking TV show that nobody wants to watch. But we're all forced to keep our eyes open and just consume it 24/7. Jeez Louise! Yo, what the fuck?
Hello, Erika. Hello, handmaids. Hello. Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl who's not Erika fucking Kirk. I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Dude, she is having a meltdown. Come on, Erika. You can do it, honey. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just want to change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found. It gets better. My Bitcoin tears flowing all day and night on Fox News. I've got the blues. Dude, she's looking more and more like J.D. Vance every day. They got the same eyeshadow. Holy fuck. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Oh, radiate, yeah. My world. Whoa. Radiate, yeah. Whoa. No. Hey. Oh, I can't pretend. No. I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Oh, let's go. All right. Dude, Wednesday night. I'm already fucking, we're 5 minutes in. I already sound like I've been gargling razor blades. Oh, shit. Oh, look at that beautiful New York sunset. Let's go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, shit. Oh, stretching. Dude, how we doing? Oh, what a day. Dude, Jesus, I was like editing videos today, and now, like, I got on Twitter for a while And like, holy fucking shit, bro. Like, it's like Erika Kirk is everywhere. We're being force fed this fucking woman, bro. It is like so crazy. It is. It is out of control, dude. Dude, and she looks like, dude, she just looks fucking like crazy, bro. Right? I mean, dude, what are we doing? Tell me you're not starting to see the JD Vance. Like, doesn't she's starting to look like JD Vance. Isn't she? I mean, just look at her, dude. Dude, she is crazy. She is fucking mental, bro. She is absolutely mental. Okay? She is, dude. Carrie? Dude, with the cross? Like, what's with the diamond encrusted cross? Do I think Charlie wrote that book? No, I don't think Charlie wrote that fucking book. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break. I don't believe any of these fucking people. But dude, she's doing like JD Vance's eyeshadow and she looks like she's aged 50 years and she's still like on TV like every 5 minutes. Okay. I know with the bling and the fucking, and then look at this one from the Harris Faulkner show on Fox. This is her on her serial killer arc. Right? Like, holy shnikes. Whoops. Hold on. Oh my God, dude. Jesus. Right? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Dude, I mean, don't you feel like at this point it feels like we're being force fed this shit? You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, force fed. She is a Tammy Faye. But you know what's wild, guys? Can I just show you? Can I just share with you about how we have these like craven woman? But like, look at this. Okay, let me just show you fucking Erika. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. Give me 1 sec here. I had to go into my history for a minute. You got to see this, dude. Because she's really evolved. Dude, yeah, the diamond cross is fucking bizarre. Okay? The wealth stuff when you're wearing a cross that is like $20,000. Yeah, dude, in this pic, this is totally serial killer arc right here, dude. Right? This is like Erika Bundy. She is wild. Now, Candace Owens is lighting these people on fire. Like, I don't know if you saw. So basically, they had the town hall today. Okay? It's not airing until Saturday, right? It doesn't air until Saturday, but they filmed it today. And of course, like Candace Owens, right? Candy O had some spies in the town hall that got out and were like feeding her information. And so they did the town hall, and then Erika Bundy went and did the news circuit on Fox. You know, she was on Fox like 5 times today in like 3 different outfits. And then Candace Owens started recording these Instagram lives. And now all of the MAGA people are melting down because basically, I guess Candace Owens said, you know, if Erika tells me to stop, I'll stop. And then Erika's like in a sideways sort of way told her to stop. And Candace Owens is keeping going. And the MAGA people are like flipping out. Dude, you like that Erika Bundy? Dude, that's who she is, boss. All right? but let me just show you this though. You gotta see this fucking thing. Let me find it. All right. Dude, yeah. Like Candy Owen is fucking burning this shit to the ground. Dude, because, I mean, you got to remember that Erika Kirk was essentially she was a bikini model. She's a pageant girl. And now she's like the queen of the handmaids, dude. Dude, what's the name? What's the woman who's like the head of the handmaids? Dude, Soft Meat, do you think a cult could successfully resurrect a leader from the grave? Dude, I'm not counting on it. Soft Meat, what a great name. Soft Meat 2025. Dude, oh shit. Soft Meat is in the house, people. All right. So I got blocked today too by another, like some Christian podcasters. Oh Lord, dude. I got big blocked. All right, let me see here. Oh, I know where it is. I kept it in my drafts folder on the phone. All right, I'm going to find this. And it is, Into Thin Air. All right. There we go. Into Thin Air. That's who it is. There it is. Okay. So look at this. Okay. So, like, you got to remember, guys, Norman Bates. Oh my God. Dude. So you got to remember where she came from. Okay, because Erika came from this. All right, this was Erika. You ready? I'm gonna show you Erika right here. Dude, the right wingers are loving that fucking. Are loving that they're loving that Sydney Sweeney fucking video or picture, right? Sydney Sweeney boobs. They're big on the boobs, big on the Sweeney boobs. Oh, this one. Okay? So look at this. This is her 13 years ago talking about working in the military. Okay, working with the military. Because again, her parents are defense contractors. All right, both of her parents have separate drone tech companies. Okay, and this is before her nose job, as you can see. But look at the difference between Erika then and Erika now. This is only 10 years ago, guys. But watch this.
Erika's here. Thanks for being here.
Yes, the shiny, sparkly hat.
Beautiful. What else are you doing to prepare for the contest?
You know, a lot of people are preparing for your evening wear and your swimsuit and then answering questions on stage and also in your interview. But to me, there's so much more preparing when it comes to being in the community and getting involved and meeting new people and really just being an ambassador for your state. That's what it's all about.
And we have some pictures of you doing some of your good work around the valley. Hopefully we can show them to you, but tell me about some of the stuff you're doing.
Well, right now I'm really making a conscious effort to focus on our military. day. To me, they're one of the main reasons why I have the freedom of being Miss Arizona USA, and it's an honor to represent my state at its 100th birthday, but I'm making sure that I'm doing things in the community, getting out and helping people. I'm really active actually with my nonprofit called Everyday Heroes Like You. We're entering our 5th year, so I started it when I was 17, so I've been able to travel to the Pentagon, I've been able to meet General Salazar, who's actually out here in Arizona, and I've also been able to donate a Johnny's Locker to the Sojourner Center, which you're looking at right now.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of things that have been going on, from working in the military to traveling to just being able to get out there and
a lot of work.
Support our state.
We're excited to hear about this, and now we're going to be watching out for you in June.
Yes.
I mean, do I get to try your crown on?
Oh, please. It's all yours. Do you want me to crown?
Tram's over there going, no!
Do you want me to crown?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
No. Oh, perfect.
Now do the wave.
Yes.
All wrong
It
what
looks
I'm
so
doing right
great.
now.
It looks perfect.
You're too kind. This belongs on you. We'll give this back to you. Tram and Scott, back to you guys.
Dude, right? I mean, she's just the bubbly fucking pageant girl working with the military. Everything was about the military. I went to the Pentagon. Like, what the shit? But now, guys, she is like the evil Stepford. Dude, she's getting Mar-a-Lago'd is what she is. She's getting that right wing. You wear a cross and you age like 100 years. And next thing you know, you're ready to murder people, dude. And unfortunately, she's now, because of like the divide with Candace Owens and all this fighting, dude, she's getting transvestigated too. I discovered this today, where they're transvestigating her, right? Look at this, dude. Oh, fuck. It says Eric Kirk, straight collarbones. His legs aren't normal female anatomy either. Jawline is male. Thigh gap, that is a man, as most pageant winners are. Dude, as most pageant winners are. Like, who are these people? Like, what do these people do with their lives? And then someone commented, yup, that's why Charlie Kirk seems so feminine and emasculated, because she was a transgender handler. That's why he was so pretty. Oh my God. And then this other person is like, Erika, Kirk is a biological man. Like, dude, who does these things? Where do these people come from? Like, who gets online and starts like transvestigating everyone? I just don't get it. Like, dude, they got her as a handler, right? They're like, right? And that handler comment is related to, oh, who was it? Somebody was talking about the handlers. Oh, it was Morgan Ariel. Okay. Remember we talked about Morgan Ariel? She had a YouTube short where she was like talking about Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens having handlers, and how like she was off on some rant that like the Jewish people were controlling the US media and they were creating the rift in MAGA. Like, these people are like transvestigating, like, you know, Jewish conspiracy theorists, like lunatics to the fucking core, bro. They are so crazy. Dude, they are so nuts. Like, what are they doing? Dude, what are they doing, bro? I mean, you knew that was coming up. And I mean, there's Erika, you know, I don't think she's a man, you know. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that she ain't a man, all right? She's not a man, but boy, is she a fucking weirdo, though. Dude, she certainly has evolved, hasn't she? Right? I mean, from Trump's bikini, like, waitress, okay? Dude, don't make you feel bad for her. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny, though, is there's no way I would feel bad for her, because I know that the transvestigations suck. And I also know that a lot of times that energy gets directed at women that absolutely like aren't trans, and then they can't ever like, you know, it's like whether you're trans or not trans, when that shit happens, it's like you can't, there's no way to fucking get away from it. It's just energy that they don't stop projecting. But the reason though why I don't feel bad for her is because she was party to one of the biggest anti-trans movements out there. Okay. Her husband was just the, you know, like the godfather of turning young people against transgender people and harming every transgender person on a college campus. And they're still doing it with this 𝗙PUSA shit at Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. And so as much as I know that those experiences are hideous, I hope they go all in on her. Fuck her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been doing this shit for 10 years. And like, I just have no sympathy for them. You know, yeah, isn't it funny, the watermark? Because what's funny about the watermark is it's 𝗙𝗍𝗪, right? But it looks like it says 𝗙𝗨𝗪, right? Right, it does. It looks like it says 𝗙𝗨𝗪. Dude, I love this. Dude, and yeah, she does 𝗙𝗨𝗪. Dude, she does this too, though. She is like constantly fucking, you know, she is putting herself on like every street corner, right? I thought this tweet was pretty good, right? I know this is cold, but dude, today was just like an overdose. But I said 3 months ago, Charlie Kirk was shot, and look at that. Look at that, dude. Look at like, this is Charlie Kirk on Google Trends, right? And it's like, yikes, bro. Yikes. I will say though that Candace Owens has not aged like Erika Kirk has. Okay? She's not. Like Erika has fucking aged, bro. Like, dude, this is crazy. She does crave the attention. Well, I mean, you got to remember, okay, that like this was Erika Kirk, okay? She fucking, you know, she Miss Arizona, and she wanted to be Miss, you know, USA, and she wanted to be the big famous pageant girl, actress or whatever. She got none of that, guys. 13 years later, she was nothing. She was like the daughter of two wealthy fucking government drone contractors and basically a bikini waitress for Donald Trump, you know? And so now she's like soaking it up. She is like, now she's like, oh my God. Oh, somebody please, Mr. DeMille, I'm waiting for my close-up, right? No, dude, black don't crack. What does that mean? Oh shit. Dude, yeah. So let's look at some of this. All right, let's get in here and look at some of this, because fucking this shit. Hold on. Oops. There it is. All right. I'm gonna save that window, because, dude, we got to look at some of this shit. Okay. Again, they filmed the town hall today, and she did multiple appearances. Oh, black people don't get wrinkles. Oh, interesting. Oh, really? I didn't know. No, they don't get wrinkles. Do they really? Nah, they get wrinkles, don't they? Everybody gets wrinkles. Are they just not as noticeable? Not like us? Oh, I mean, no, that makes sense, right? Dude, we're fucking, we are the, you know. All right, so let's look at some of this, all right? Here we go. We're going to start off with, dude, what a combo, though. Look at this. Aging is different. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense, right? It does make sense that like the extra melatonin or something fucking, like, you know, I don't know, maybe it protects the skin or something, right? Dude, healthier skin. Dude, white people are so fragile. You know what I'm saying? Or melanin, sorry, not melatonin. My bad, thank you. Dude, you got to keep an eye on me with my fucking words. Dude, white people are so fucking fragile. I mean, we are, dude. We are. Yeah, melanin. I know. Thank you. Sorry. My bad. Yeah. We are fucked up. And the other thing too is white people fucking they tan themselves right into skin cancer too, man. You know what I mean? They do. Dude. We're so fragile. All right, you ready? So let's watch this again. This will be Saturday night. Dude, the clips I've seen, this town hall is going to be ridiculous. You got Bari Weiss, who's the head of the news department, doing this. And again, this is just people desperate for fame, guys. This is people desperate for fucking fame, bro. Desperate, right? Even Bari Weiss is the head of the news department, but she's out there. I'm going to do the town hall. I'm going to do the interview. Oh, Erika. Oh. All right, here we go.
Erika, one of the most alarming things about Charlie's murder was the way that some people in this country
Dude, it's like, dude, it's just so hard to watch this shit with a straight face. Erika, one of the most alarming things, dude, one of the most alarming things about this is how often we have to look at your face on the television set. Dude. Oh, Jesus. It's like, can we please stop ratcheting up the fucking drama, bro? Dude, I'm telling you right now, you remember like when Sean Young had a fucking breakdown? Remember? Those of you who are Gen X or whatever, remember Sean Young, right? When she had a breakdown. I'm calling it now that there's going to be a mental health crisis with Erika Kirk that is either going to be like she's in the street breaking shit, or she gets picked up for like a hostage situation or something. Dude, something's going to go down, bro. Dude, something is going to go down. I mean, she's getting more psychotic. Like I've seen her get more and more. Like when you consider, guys, you ready? Like, what was it? It was a Marifest or whatever. When you consider what she looked like, right? When you consider what she looked like right here, dude, okay, this photo, right, was literally the Young Leadership Summit. Look at her, okay? This was her at just, I don't know, 8 months ago. You know what I'm saying? With her little stuffed animals, and she's dressed up like a Cupid doll, whatever. She's a trad wife with her fucking hair is like bleached out, and she was like the bubbly pageant girl, hey guys, it's Erika Kirk, right? And I mean, still a little weird. She still had the Jesus-y Bible eyes and shit, but she has like transformed, okay, from like you know what I'm saying? She is transformed from the Cupid doll, right? Right? From the fucking whatever, the little like, right? That was in June. Okay? Dude, that's 6 months ago, man. And now she is like, slamming. She is like slamming fucking Jack Daniels. Yeah, the stress will age you. But like, dude, I don't know. I don't think they should have made her CEO, guys. I feel like the making her CEO was like, it's not a smart move, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a smart move. She's got kids. We don't even know who's tending to these kids. She's doing fundraisers. She's doing multiple fucking Fox News performances every day. She's all over the TV. Everybody hates her. Everybody except a small group of MAGA people, they hate her. They're going to resent the shit out of her in about 3 months because she is like slamming herself down everybody's throat. She's trying to put her new grooming organization, fucking Club America, in every school. She's like the ultimate like Moms for Liberty Stepford wife robot drone. That's, you know, every time you open your door, it's like, goddamn, dude, Erika Kirk is standing on my front porch, man. Like, you know, people are going to be calling the cops. Like, dude, can you get Erika Kirk off my front porch, please? Dude, it is like Erika fatigue, yes, to the max, dude. And she's aging like 5 years a month, bro. Literally, she's going to look like Benjamin Button. By springtime, dude, she's going to look like Pennywise. Yes, dude, it is getting fucking crazy, boss. All right, it is just getting crazy. But all right, here's the clip.
Erika, one of the most alarming things about Charlie's murder was the way that some people in this country reacted to it.
Yeah.
And not just online. This was an idea that you encountered a lot. And the idea was this. They kind of justified it. They basically said that because Charlie said or believed things that they believed were controversial or even hateful, that he somehow had it coming. What do you say to people who justified his death?
You're sick. He's a human being. You think he deserved that? Tell that to my 3-year-old daughter. Excuse me.
Dude, why are they televising this? It is like, it's like a train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Watching a train wreck. You know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, does it feel like Sally, Jesse, Raphael? Like something about this just feels like weird. It feels weird. Like, shouldn't you be doing this in private? You know what I'm saying? Like, and can I just say, you know, the way she said there, you know, I get it when she's like, tell it to my 3-year-old, right? But also her 3-year-old is eventually going to see a clip of her dead father saying, you know, if she was 10 and got pregnant by a rapist, that he would force her to deliver the baby. Like, there's already some shit waiting for her daughter. Her daughter is going to see the things that her father said about women and about girls and about forced birth and all of that. Like, it's going to be unavoidable. I mean, there's already going to be a reckoning here for that young girl that it probably isn't going to have a lot to do with the reaction. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to police people's reaction because there's a lot of emotion that went on. Like, I had somebody ask about it earlier online where, you know, it depends on really who you talk to about their reaction to that whole event, because certainly there were professors that were on the professor watch list that were like getting bomb threats and death threats and had to move out of their house. Their houses were getting vandalized and their families were getting attacked and shit. And that was all coming from TPUSA and Charlie Kirk's professor watch list. So there are some people who had been terrorized for a long time, right, because of that organization. And so I think it was just really complicated for some people, this event. But watching this, it just feels like we're watching this reality TV train wreck that it's so unnecessary.
You want to watch in high res the video of my husband being murdered? and laugh and say he deserves it, there's something very sick in your soul, and I pray that God saves you. I pray, because that is what is so wrong. The internet in this world has dehumanized us.
See, what's crazy about this, though, is boy, she shut that off quick. But you notice how she goes into the internet has dehumanized us. But like, dude, her husband literally used the internet to dehumanize people. Like I can pull up 1,000 clips of him dehumanizing people. Their demons, him like, you know, saying things about transgender people, denying transgender existence, you know, anti-LGBTQ stuff, accusing LGBTQ people of being groomers and dangerous to kids. I mean, literally TPUSA's entire brand was about dehumanizing chosen groups of marginalized people, even dehumanizing brilliant black women who had achieved the highest levels of career success. Okay? And now she's standing up there like, oh my God, how dare the internet dehumanize? And it's like, where were you for the last 10 years? While your husband literally said, Charlie Kirk literally said he wanted to have public executions shown to kids and sponsored by Coca-Cola. Right? I mean, dude, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Because, I mean, I get it. You lose your husband, you're in pain. And the way it went down and the fact that her husband was so hated, it's got to be really hard, okay? It's got to be really hard. I'm going to have a little bit of empathy here for her situation because it has to be hard to have your husband get murdered brutally in public and then to find out that like most of the world kind of hated him. You know, that has to be pretty hard to take. But like, why are you doing this shit publicly? You know, why are you out here publicly just playing this shit up? You know what I'm saying? Playing this shit up, you know, over and over and over again. It's like we're watching the same play every single day, dude. We have to just watch her slide into the role of the grieving widow. Meanwhile, you know, I dug up some shit, guys. I've been throwing some shit around underneath the thing because I did dig up some of the papers, okay, from the financial documents about Jake Hoffman's fucking, you know, 110 LLC and Tyler Boyer. And like, I really want to get TPUSA investigated. Okay. I'm serious. We need this company, like the next Democratic administration, long investigation into this company. They're trying to shove this shit into middle schools. Like, nah, bro. There's a lot of money going out here, you know, millions in salaries that are unaccounted for. Dude, the strip mall parking lot address here, yeah. And this guy, though, 110 LLC got like $1.5 million from all the different shell companies. Dude, this shit is crazy. This shit is whacked out, man. It is whacked the fuck out, boss. There's millions in salaries, right? That are like going out, but there's really hardly any employees in these companies. Okay. And all of these companies are set up to like take losses. Like the way TPUSA is designed is not only do they avoid taxes, but it's set up to look like these losses. Dude, this shit is all fucking just so whacked out, bro. There's some shit that is going down now. Okay. Now, Candace Owens, I guess, is replying to this shit. Okay. Dude, it's going to get better, guys. Because MAGA's having some meltdowns Okay, first off, let's go and look at this one. Okay, we're going to look at this one first. This is her Instagram live. You ready? Here we go. Oh shit, dude. This one was fucking, this is good shit. The battle, dude. And again, dude, you're either team Erika Bundy or you are team Candy O. That's it. Erika Bundy or Candy O. And it's the fight for the soul of dying MAGA. That's what it is. It's the fight for the dying soul of MAGA. All right, here we go.
Okay, super fun show today. All
right, here we go.
Okay, super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips, but Erika has gone off on conspiracy theorists. Obviously, every journalist out there is emailing me because it's about me. It's indirect, but it's also about me. And don't worry, in case you think it's not about me, she is going to name check me on stage with Bari Weiss on Saturday. How do we know? Because our mommy sleuths be everywhere. And they recorded the town hall today. And as soon as the town hall concluded, we got a flutter of emails. And what she says about the Egyptian planes, I'm sorry, not gonna lie, it's a little suspicious. It's weird. It's a weird response. So look, we gotta go there.
Dude, see, she loves it, right? I think this look right here says it all, dude. She loves it. Okay? She loves it. She's making money. She is literally in the center of every right-wing influencer right now on the planet is literally fucking like just head over heels, bro. They are broken, dude. And not only is she banking, but they are broken. They are like, can I give you an example, guys? Okay. So I took Meisner, and Meisner is an acting technique where you like try to respond with raw emotion that you're feeling in the moment. It's about being in the moment and reading your scene partner. Okay. But so there are techniques you can do to rile people up. Okay. And this is shit that you can sort of like, you know, do in Meisner exercises, but you see it a lot in real life. Like if somebody's getting agitated by you and they are like fit to be tied, the calmer you get, the more agitated they get. Okay. You can dial yourself down and become more and more calm, and it like pushes them over the edge to where they're ready to explode. And I feel like right now, that is what is happening. Yes, calmer than you, dude. I'm calmer than you. Calmer than you, dude. Right? Dude, I feel like that's happening right now. Like the entire MAGA fucking is like a tinder box ready to blow. And everybody is feisted and angry and ready to blow their fucking top. They're ready to punch a hole in the wall. And Candace is just like, why you guys so emotional? What you guys doing? Right? And dude, and she is loving it. She is loving it because they can't do anything. Like they can't stop her. And I already told you guys, Candace and her cronies, they want Trump to lose. Okay? They do. They want the Republicans to lose the House. They absolutely do. They want them to lose. They want them to learn a lesson for being like impure, and they want them to fucking suffer. Okay? They want them to know that they're not going to help them not suffer. And like I think they're trying to build their own anti-establishment faction right now. And they want to have the MAGA dicks get kicked right in the dirt in order for them to come in and say, like, are you ready to come with us now? Like, we're gonna fix this. And she is loving it, dude. Look at that face, bro. Guys, I know this face. Okay, can I tell you? I just know this face because I can get petty like that, when people are actively like trying to fuck me over and I get the best of them, I do enjoy when they are fucking falling apart. I enjoy a little bit online when you know, I hit the nerve and these MAGA shitters get up in my comments just flipping out. I kind of enjoy it a little bit. I do enjoy it. I am petty. I'm not going to lie. Dude, not going to lie. But so watch some of the meltdown. All right, here's another bit from her fucking show. This guy in particular, this guy Graham Allen, dude, this guy is melting the fuck down, bro. Okay? Melting the fuck down. Right? What kind of question is this? Oh, right. But dude, Graham Allen, we're going to look at some of his shit, dude. He is melting down, boss.
Is this idea that, well, now the widow has spoken. We're not dealing with the widow. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay?
See, that's the situation, guys. What she said right there. That's the thing, okay? They put Erika Kirk right into the CEO thing, but she's running around playing the fucking, the damaged widow. Don't upset me. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. Oh, thinking about Charlie, even though I have no anecdotes because it's like we were strangers. But like, I'm the vaunted widow. I'm so broken. Oh, give me fucking 100 tissues, right? Tissues from every angle. But like, dude, no one cares. You're the fucking CEO of this massive like company that has a lot of tax issues going on. And your president of that company was murdered, and everybody's got a bunch of questions, and you guys are now trying to cram your shit rebranded into middle schools, and you're moving like super fast, even though nobody's questions are answered. And there's a bunch of financial improprieties going on there that look like a slush fund going to a state senator and millions of dollars unaccounted for. And you're like monetizing this shit and bringing in like another 100 million. And we want to talk to the goddamn CEO. And there are some hard questions that need to be asked about this organization. And she's out there being like, but wait, I'm not the CEO now. I'm the fucking sad wife. Oh, right? But like, bro, what they do? They think they make her the CEO that everyone's just going to not ask questions? Like, that was a dumb move, man. That was a dumb move because now nobody cares about her grief because she's the CEO. She's not allowed to grieve. Like they kind of fucked up. They need to replace her with somebody who can answer to the public and let her grieve, or she's got to stop being the grieving like widow and start being the CEO. Right? But they're all mad that Candace says this.
Is this idea that, well, now the widow has spoken. We're not dealing with the widow. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay? If you can't compartmentalize, then I don't see how you're going to be able to lead this organization in the future because Charlie worked. We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic. Okay?
Oh.
He didn't just
We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic. Dude, she is just tearing into her. Dude, the subtle hits at Erika. We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic. But this new CEO, right? The former like bikini model that is now like, you know, like Kimberly Guilfoyle's fucking Riley Gaines created version of something.
Okay. He didn't just go, well, I only make time for like big pocket because Charlie worked. We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic. Okay. He didn't just go, well, I only make time for like big pocket donors. Okay. He was sitting in college campuses. He was speaking to people, understanding people. He was changing his ideas and he was changing minds. And you are not changing my mind about the fact that something weird happened that day and that TPUSA is acting funny. Because you give it an impassioned plea and speak about Nehemiah on Fox News. Okay?
Oh, fuck, dude.
It makes any sense.
Dude, she's laying in. All right? Now, here's the Fox News clip. Okay, you ready? Which is which is, again, this Graham Allen guy. Dude, this guy is having a meltdown, boss. We got to watch him too, dude. Here he is. Dude, homie, what happened to his head, bro? I can't tell if that's a pimple or if homie fucking banged the nightstand or some shit when he was getting pegged. Something is going on, dude, with homie. But we got to watch his video, dude. These people, pineapple. Dude, you think it's personal? It is personal for Candace, but they are fucking melting down, dude. All right, everybody, all the right wingers are holy oblong Batman. Dude, no way. Dude, that is so funny. Holy oblong Batman is like the funniest thing I've ever seen, dude. Oh my God.
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to...
Dude, she's not threatening at all, dude. I'm sorry. Dude, she's not threatening. And it's like you made like $80 million merchandising your dead husband's like t-shirt. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, you guys, she's selling Charlie Kirk wine. They're like having a show with an empty chair tweeting from the dead man's account. You don't get to tell anybody anything about anything, bro. Like, shut the fuck up.
Say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, I'm very. This is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus.
A mind virus. It's the woke mind virus. No, let me tell you something, Erika Kirk. The mind virus is that fucking Christianity that you are junked out on. Let's be honest. Okay, this evangelical Christianity is the mind virus. Okay? Right? The people that are wearing diamond-encrusted crosses and shit, and they're running around like pointing the finger at everybody they deem to be unworthy. Meanwhile, they're hoarding all the wealth. People are dying in the fucking streets, and they keep like telling you lines from Jesus while they're washing their hands like fucking Pontius Pilate while everybody's dying right in front of them. Like, come on.
Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this.
Bro?
This is not okay. This is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human.
Dude, she knows her words are powerful. That's why she's taking you to task, Erika.
They are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human.
See, that's kind of what we need to know, though, right? I mean, guys, it's good to know that they're being wounded by this shit because we know it's working. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, we know that they're wounded. I know the way she said judicial was like weird, but dude, knowing that they're wounded is like good, because I'll tell you guys, here's the way I see this is I have watched 10 years of TPUSA attacking women, attacking people of color, attacking black women in particular, attacking, non-Christians, attacking the LGBTQ, attacking trans people, attacking college educations, attacking like a curiosity and wanting to be educated, attacking activism and climate activism, attacking any type of unity that isn't like, or lifestyle that isn't, carbon copy from the Bible. I've watched it for 10 years and I'm fed up. And now I want to turn all that shit back on them, right? And just burn that whole organization to the fucking ground. until there's nothing left but smoldering ashes and burned money. Like, seriously, like full force, pedal to the floor, no brakes, battering ram to the TPUSA battering ram, where we just like drive over, back over until that whole organization is nothing but a pile of fucking rubble. And like, no mercy. You know what I'm saying? And certainly not letting them get into all the middle schools so they can try to cram Bibles and this mental shit into the lives of all these middle school kids to try and pollute them with this red pill fucking fascist biblical shit. Like, nah, man. Right? The prosperity Christians, you're right. It's like, dude, man, grifting groomers, dude. GG, like, no thank you. Battering ram. You know what I'm saying? Battering ram. And so it's good to know that it's working. And I think we should probably ramp it up. Like maybe protests outside their office, like just make it so they have no rest for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? So-called Christians got their nose in everything but the Bible. That's true, boxing. You ain't wrong, right? It's true. It's like their Christianity is like a weapon instead of like a savior. And I'm tired of that, man. I am. I'm tired of the weaponized religion, man.
Human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again?
And again, all those threats, guys, are coming from the right. That's what's so crazy. All of the threats, the death threats, the kidnapping threats, all the shit that she's going through, it is all coming from her own political party. Okay? It is literally MAGA, death threatening MAGA. Because like, and the whole time they're like, a leftist killed Charlie. And it's like, no, Tyler Robinson, if he did do it, he ain't a leftist. He's got zero involvement with leftist groups, zero involvement with any leftist politics. The guy barely mentioned politics at all. His mom was homophobic, found out he was gay or might be gay, and she's like, oh, he's a leftist. Oh, because he's gay. But like, dude, they're like saying, oh, he's a leftist. But the leftists, we don't even care about these people. You know what I'm saying? We're not even concerned with them at all. I mean, we're watching the drama play out with like popcorn, but like, we're not out to get fucking, wanting to kill these people. We just want to like bring their fucking grooming organization to the ground. Okay. But what's nuts about this is she is in danger because of her own party. And yes, same with MTG, the same with those Indiana legislators. The state senators in Indiana right now have been getting bomb threats and death threats. And one of them had a pipe bomb threat from TPUSA, who is saying, you guys either vote for Trump's gerrymandered maps or we're going to fucking attack you. Right. So all of this chaos is coming from their own shit. They've now somehow, after they no longer had us to fight, they win the election. And instead of them governing, they are all now staring at each other, just literally attacking the shit out of each other, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, what a, you know what I'm saying? Like, what a bizarre turn of events of like, these people are so unruly and violent and vindictive and resentful and rageful that they literally just can't stop like attacking each other at all,
They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
Yeah, but so to be fair, fucking Erika Kirk, every day your fucking team is posting shit about Charlie. Oh, Oh, here's a picture of Charlie's hat and a shirt on a tee. We went out to lunch today and we put a freedom shirt on the chair and pretended it was Charlie. Oh, like, you know what I mean? As long as your team is doing stupid shit like that, people are going to think, God damn, they're in on it. Nobody does that. Nobody goes to a restaurant and puts a hat and a t-shirt on the chair to signify the dead person and then takes photographs of it and puts it all over the internet to gin up that shit. Meanwhile, they're like sending out fundraising emails, right? Like, come on, man. What are you talking about? Your team is acting like they're loving this shit. Did they do that? Yeah, they did, dude. It was 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 who did that. You ready? Look at this shit, boss. Oh my God, dude. Watch this. You're going to fucking shit yourself. I mean, they all been playing it up. Another day without Charlie, another day without Charlie. But look at this. First off, here's the microphone, okay, that they have in a glass case. They're fucking, right? They're like, have the microphone, okay? That's garish. Here they have a hat and a freedom shirt that they put at the head of the table. The head of the table. They announced they're in a fucking restaurant, guys, and they're setting this shit up and photographing it. I mean, this is some garish shit, boss. You know what I'm saying? This shit is garish, and every day they're posting about this, right? Every day they're fucking posting some Charlie Kirk shit. Like, we're talking truly garish behavior, okay?
You know, sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down.
See, again, though, you ready? Here's the thing. She said it's a duty to her husband. But I take issue with that, guys, because first off, okay, her husband, the last thing he did 8 days before Charlie died. Okay, you ready? You ready? Come with me on a little journey here, guys. Okay, because 8 days before Charlie died, he did this. Okay, 8 days before Charlie died, there was, hold on, let me find it. There was this, an internal memo from Charlie Kirk, okay, that said, we want to do an audit, okay, a Doge-style audit focused on deeply investigating TPUSA finances, okay? That was the last official action that Charlie put into motion. And why? Because every year they've been getting audited, okay? But they've been getting audited by Baker Tilly. But you know what's funny, guys? Is when you look at, you ready for this? Hold on. Let me just show you. If you go to ProPublica and you go and you look at the TPUSA 990, which is going to load, watch this, okay? This is crazy. I found out about this today, guys. I mean, not the financials, but this thing I'm going to share with you. All right, so hold on. I'm going to let this thing populate. You can go into the whole financial, but look at this. You ready? Hold on, watch this. Look at this. Baker Tilly is the company that does their taxes. Okay? And when they get audited every year, the audit gets done by Baker Tilly. Meaning that TPUSA is getting audited by the same firm that is preparing these fucking taxes. So they've never had an independent audit. They've always had an audit that is being done by the company that prepares them. And in fact, 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀, the guy who signs their tax forms, is like one of the fucking deep, like big, TPUSA connected guys that is listed on some of these fucking filings. Okay? So this whole thing is just extraordinarily like incestuous. Okay? Where, yeah, massive conflict of interest. There has been no like audit whatsoever of this. Now, okay, with that in mind, my point was this, is that what I brought up today, hold on, let me find it, is, I believe it is this tweet, okay? So what I said today was, she keeps saying, right, that she's doing what Charlie wanted, but she's not actually. Because one, Charlie wanted this intensive audit of the financials, which they're not doing. And two, Charlie did not want to be connected to Israel. He wanted a break from Israel and right, not Israel, but a break from the Zionist sort of Netanyahu monetary influence, right? I don't think he had anything personal against Israel, the nation, right? But he, you know what I'm saying? But he wanted to be separate from that money. And now they are like deeply connected to Benjamin Netanyahu. And they are deeply connected to fucking, you know, Trumpism and shit, where they're literally like just another arm of Trumpism. But like every TPUSA shell company pays the same Arizona state senator to a company that has no employees. They gave him $1.5 million over the course of a couple years for, what do they call it? Social and digital media ad placement, right? A state senator's placing your ads. I don't know. I don't know about that. Seems weird. There's a lot of fraud going on here that they're not investigating. Okay. They're not investigating where $4.5 million in tax money or in money is going out to salaries in a company that seems like they don't have any employees, because it's just a shell company at TPUSA. And so she's not doing any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? She's not looking into any of that shit. But man, dude, these things, like, dude, something's going on with these guys, bro. They are like cooking the books. But so Candace has broken them, though. Okay? She has broken them. She has. You ready? So watch this guy. This guy is, now they're all calling Candace Owens evil and dangerous. But guys, let me just tell you, I don't know if you guys realize the ramifications of what's happening here and how this is actually a point of no return for the MAGA movement. And let me explain this, okay? Because, you ready? Because they have been calling us evil for years, right? They've been calling us demons and evil and dangerous and satanic and whatnot for years, right? It has become second nature to where they have like, oh, the Democrats are evil, the Democrats are demons. But now, guys, now they're calling Candace Owens a demon. And they're saying Candace Owens is evil, okay? But like, Candace Owens has a huge following of their people, of the very people that they were training to call the Democrats demons and evil, right? And Candace is beloved by them. And a lot of them have the same questions that Candace has. And a lot of them like believe her more than them. But now they're like showing their own people that the evil and the dangerous and the demon attack is not something that's actually rooted in reality. It's just rooted in their rage, right? When you piss them off, they go in and say you're evil. And now what's crazy about this is like undercutting. This is undercutting their use of language in a way that I don't even think they realize, that they are essentially taking the power out of their claims of calling people evil, demons, satanic. They're like removing the power of their own language because they're using it like indiscriminately just in a fit of rage. And so this is actually kind of a watershed moment that if they keep this fight up long term, it's going to reduce the power of their like ability to propagandize people, right? I mean, we've watched it with what Donald Trump has done with the use of the hoax, okay? Remember the hoax, Russia, it's a hoax. But then he says affordability is a hoax. Then he says Epstein files are a hoax. He's killed the word hoax. He lost his credibility. He like overused the language. He went back into the hat one time too many to grab the trusted one. And so they're doing the same shit here, guys, where they are like destabilizing their own verbal attacks, man. Yes, they're cheapening their currency. Well put. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. They are devaluing their fucking currency in a major way, dude. Dude, it's amazing. Dude, all right, let's watch the fucking oblong Batman here, dude. And see, dude, this guy, why do they always look like this, guys? Seriously, why do they always look like they fucking do nothing but scrunch their fucking brow up and they haven't had fucking taken a shit in like 6 months? Dude, you know what I'm saying? They're so constipated. Dude, should definitely run for office. Maybe. I might get out there, boss, at some point.
Okay, so real quick. So Candace Owens, in the most giddy, borderline evil story I've ever seen, is getting ready to now go on the attack against Erika Kirk. This is what it's always been about. She said that if Erika Kirk herself asked her to stop, she would. Erika said in a resounding voice today, back off.
Ooh.
But Candace was
Boy, you see that camera work? Back off. Dude, Erika Kirk never even mentioned her by name. Erika Kirk is kind of gutless and manipulative. Dude, May money. Let's go, baby. Dude, also, I got to go back and I gotta give some Elons. We had soft meat came in hot early, right? Then we had boxing that came in. We got to catch up on the Elons because I've been bad with the fucking button. And then Proud Liberal dropped in one. Let's go. Dude, the closeted grinder, dude, that is a fucking, I mean, dude, it's crazy because guys, I have a really high hairline, but like, I don't know if it's like the narrowness of this guy's head, but this guy is like, his just seems so much more noticeable, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is.
Never going to. It was never about that. It is only about the money. She does not care about Charlie. She does not care about Turning Point USA. She doesn't care about you that support her.
Dude, you see how desperate they are? They're trying to turn her fan base against her. They're making these plea videos, desperately trying to turn Candace Owens' fan base against her. And guys, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. But you know what's so great about this? You know what's so great about this is we have an election in 11 months, guys. We have an election in 11 months, and these people are not going to be, they're not going to be over this. They are not going to be over this, guys. We know how the right wing breeds resentment. We know these guys are resentful. They cannot let go. Cannot, under any circumstance, ever let go. And so we're gonna flamethrower I'm gonna buy the Candace Owens flamethrower, and I'm gonna be burning all year, boss. I'm gonna fucking burn it up.
She is a woman scorned, a woman on a warpath, and all she cares about is money and fame. And she will burn everything to the ground
scorned
to get it. It's evil.
Ooh.
I rebuke it.
I
do not stand with Candace Owens. I don't care what you have to say. Any of you that support her are blind.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at him. Dude, I hate to say this though. He doesn't look very sure of himself, guys. I mean, look at him, dude. This is not, Conehead. This is not the look of somebody who is sure of himself. Okay? Dude, you know what I mean? This guy is scared. He is fucking shitting a brick. He rebuked it Dude, I have no idea who this tool is. He's just another podcaster, another Trump sniff, religious suck up, right? Right? Dude, but he is frightened though. Like, I love to see it though, guys. Candace Owens has if you look at Candace, she is confident. She is not, dude, she does not seem fucking rattled at all. Okay, but these people are like stressing. Dude, Elite, let's go, baby. Yo. Oh shit, close button. Dude, fucking crazy. Now, you ready? Dude, watch this. We got Tim Pool again, boss. Hold on. We got Tim Pool again. Dude. Oh shit. Dude, dance party? All right, yeah. Let's do dance party goal. All right, let's go. There it is. Let's go. There it is. 45 minutes. Dude, yeah, no, Tim, dude, if you haven't seen the video, guys, let me just tell you, let me find it. It's this video right here. Dude, which one is it? It is this one. Tim Pool epic meltdown. Candace Owens broke his brain. If there's one video you can watch in the next couple days, you gotta watch this one, because I mean, I've been sort of like refuting Tim Pool, whether it's in video or in conversations with people or on Twitter, going all the way back to like 2015. Okay. And yeah, there were so many swear words that I actually muted some of them because I didn't want to get my shit demonetized. But like, dude, I have never seen Tim Pool have a meltdown like that. And it was because Candace Owens put him on the thumbnail. She didn't even really talk about him in her video, but she put him on the thumbnail about who's profiting from Charlie Kirk. And he just fucking snapped, bro. Like, absolutely. It is the funniest shit you have ever seen, dude. So emotional. Like, I mean, I'm just telling you, these men are too emotional to lead, guys. Okay? Proud liberal, go Candy-O, get the cesspool. Let's go. Dude, yeah. I know she just, like, she fucks him up. And really, I mean, these men are too emotional to be leaders, guys. Tim Pool tears. Let's go, Jessica. Oh, dude, wait. I think there's incoming conservative tears. I hear them. Let's go. There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. But yeah, if you have time, go watch that video, because that shit is it's too good, boss. It is too fucking good. All right. So let's see what Timmy has to say here.
In domestic news, Erika Kirk has finally broken her silence. She has come out, and I will say, indirectly, but everybody knows, she has called out Candace Owens for attacking the people she loves and the people she cares about, and smearing her and her family and the people at Turning Point and the Charlie Kirk Show. She didn't say Candace's name directly, but she said the people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode spreading these lies.
Dude, you know what I love, though? You're a healer, Tommy. Thank you, Diana Boss. You know what I love, though? Is through all this, how many times has he said, she didn't mention her directly. She didn't mention her directly. She didn't mention her directly. Like, that's what I'm loving about this, is they're still not, like, they're still hiding, right? Like, all this, Candace is just taking them to town, and she's like Voldemort to them. They're afraid to say her fucking name, bro. It's like the Scottish play, dude. They're afraid to say her name in the theater. Dude, they are. She is like so far inside their heads that they can't even say her fucking name, bro. They're like, oh, don't say it. No. Erika, don't say it. They are terrified.
And now it's on. Candace Owens came out and said, it's about me, which everybody already knew she thought. But of course, why would anyone be surprised by that statement? Now we're seeing basically everybody come out. They are basically coming out and saying, enough, Candace Owens, you cooked. You got a bunch of prominent conservative personalities. They're basically saying the same thing. She is now going directly after Erika Kirk. And that was a line many thought she wouldn't cross because she said if Erika asked her to stop, she would. Erika has. She's doubling down and actually criticizing in the same breath Erika Kirk herself.
Dude, yeah, we're all going to criticize Erika Kirk.
Dancing on Charlie Kirk's grave.
All right, we are all going after Erika Kirk, okay? Dude, you know what we need to do? I think we need to start a We Are All Candace Owens, dude. Right? We are all Candace Owens. Oh, shit. I'm going to tweet that, dude. Oh, fuck. Dude, you ready? Hold on. Hold on. I got to add it. Not really. There it is. Right? Dude. Let's go. Oh. Dude. Let's fucking go. Oh my God. Can I just tell you though? I have a tweet right now that's blowing up. Right? I have a tweet right now that's blowing up, which is this one. Look at this. Dude, this thing's been out for a couple of hours. And I bet this thing has like 20,000 likes by tomorrow. But look at my tweet, dude. Like, my tweets that get them are when I just, like, throw my shit out there. Because I literally saw her and just rattled off, right? Get this fucking woman off the airwaves. Jesus fucking Christ. And get her goddamn grooming org out of our schools. This freak show needs to stop. And, like, everybody and their mother is like, yes. That's exactly what we were thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it is just... It is like, I can't say it enough. Like, my God, like, get her off the airwaves, dude. Get her off the airwaves. Everywhere I turn, dude, I see her with a hanky and some fucking, diamond encrusted jewelry of some sort, usually with a religious overtone. And she's saying some crazy fucking shit. Either that's like she alternates. Right? She alternates between retribution and I forgive him and I'm praying for you and I'm going to burn you to the ground and I want vengeance and like, oh, my heart is so full. Like, she is so unpredictably like fucking zonked, bro. It is like, my God, I feel like I'm watching a mental health crisis like on live TV, I mean, and everybody is so sick of her. And you know what's crazy is I literally feel like the more she talks, the more people hate TPUSA. Like, literally, the more she goes out there and does her shtick, the more people are like, wow, there's something up with that org. Like, that really is a creepy organization. Like, something's going on there, You know what I mean? Like, she is like bunker handmaid or something, dude. She is. Aunt Lydia. That's what it is. It's like Aunt Lydia is on one, bro. Jesus. Which is crazy because she just went through this trauma. And like, I mean, I want to give her some sensitivity for the trauma, but not when her whole personality is running around like a fucking, like Aunt Lydia trying to handmaid all our goddamn kids, bro. You know what I mean? Like, holy shnikes, dude. Dude. All right. But that Graham Allen guy, though, is funny, boss. Hold on. Where is he, dude? This guy? Dude, this guy. Look at this guy, though. Okay? Look at this. if you continue to stand with Candace Owens, you are my enemy. And it's like, bro, I don't think anybody cares, dude. I mean, look at you, bro. You are like the living embodiment of that fucking 𝗙𝗪𝗏 fucking weirdo meme. Dude, nobody cares if you're the enemy. You have a Rumble podcast, for Christ's sake. I mean, you're already on the bottom rung, dude. If you continue to stand with Candace Owens, you are my enemy. Dude, look at these people. Yes, I have Candace 19. And dude, these are all MAGA people. These are Charlie Kirk fans. I accept your terms. Dude, oh my God, dude. They are like, dude, people graham cracker. They are fucking, oh my God. And John Fetterman is now trying to bang Erika Kirk, I think. Dude, COVID, Candace Owens 19. Oh my God, dude. They're like piling in here, dude, where everyone is like, all the MAGA people are giving him shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Oh my God, they're playing that he took money from Netanyahu. Like, dude, they are so split. I stand with Candace, calling people enemies for not canceling the same person, and you've joined a mob. Oh my God, dude, they're lighting him up. They are lighting him up, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's like nobody that is on his side, boss. MAGA on MAGA violence. Oh, that's too good, bro. Dude. Dude, sometimes the internet just fucking kills, bro. Dude, like, sometimes the internet is just too fucking good, bro. Like, oh my God, dude. Dude. The pro-vax people said the same thing to me in 2020. Now they're basically saying like, ooh, you're a pro-vax guy. Oh my God, dude. This is a bit much. What a shame. This completely turned me off to wanting to follow you any further. Dude, he's losing his own base, dude. Oh my God. Right? Their strategy of using Erika to silence truth seekers, they are so cooked. Okay? They are so cooked, bro. Dude! Look at this! Dude! Oh my God, bro! Dude, you know what's so great about this though too, guys, is they're getting wrecked by a black woman, guys. I mean, is that not, and again, I'm not defending Candace because we know she's a grifter and she has her own bag of issues, but they are getting leveled by a fucking black woman. And it is like the biggest chef's kiss on the fucking planet. The karmic, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes me want to help her just pull the trigger, bro. You know, it is such justice. It is something to watch. It is amazing. I love it so much, dude. I love it so much. And they're just all, dude. Oh my God, dude. They are all fucking, dude. 0% worried about it. Dude. Dude, there's like nobody on this guy's side, bro. Dude. Oh, dude. Dude. Oh my God, bro. Too good. Dude, just too good, bro. Oh shit. That is hilarious, dude. Oh. Unfucking believable, man. Dude, homie is having a meltdown. Oh my God. And so you know what's wild, dude, is America Fest is a week from today, guys. Okay? America Fest starts in a week. And like, there's gonna be fist fights. I'm telling you right now, I think some people are gonna get drunk And there's going to be America Fest is that shit that Cenk Uygur went to. Remember last year, right? After the election when Cenk Uygur went and sat on it's like their big speaker thing in Arizona. Okay. It's in Phoenix. And remember Cenk went and sat with Charlie Kirk and threw the Democrats under the bus and like threw trans people under the bus. It was like, you know, stubby little legs saying, oh, let's go have a beer. And everyone's like, God damn, what's wrong with you, bro? It's their big America Fest. This is their big winter Christmas festival, right? But, dude, we got Benny Johnson being outed by Milo, threatening the big lawsuit that nobody's heard a peep about, right? Because you're never going to hear peep about it. You have the powder keg of all these factions warring, okay? Everyone's going to be hopped up on Grindr and liquor, and I'm telling you right now, I think there's going to be a fist fight, dude. The implosion of MAGA, indeed. Dude, like, for example, I told you how Morgan Ariel, okay, right? Morgan Ariel, she's a former TPUSA person, okay? And so she's out here making videos about this, about fucking Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, okay? So Morgan Ariel, like I don't know if you guys realize that, but there was a precursor for this, okay? If you haven't like followed this movement and studied this, and I don't know all the names, but so TPUSA started as like anybody who was a conservative influencer went to work with TPUSA. It was just like TYT. It was the same idea that any conservative influencer that popped up, Charlie would go out and bring him into the fold. So everybody was under his umbrella and he was the biggest. He was the kingpin. But then what ended up happening was some of the influencers are like super Jesus-y and they started saying, hey, I don't think you're really being Jesus-y. And they started taking them to task for sexcapades at events and the drinking and all this chaos. And so what happened was during the stress of like the Trump admin and Trump losing and COVID, they sacked a whole bunch of people. Okay. TPUSA cut ties with Milo and Morgan Ariel and like a whole group of people. Okay. And a lot of it was like, you know, this like Zionist Christian weirdness and people like thinking that TPUSA were frauds. And part of it was sort of exacerbated by Nick Fuentes, who went in there and tried to make Charlie look like he was a sellout. And so they had like a very internal war that's been simmering for a couple of years, right? Is yes, they got radicalized and then they like cut ties. But all of the people that sort of got cut ties have been simmering a resentment and a desire to get even with TPUSA ever since that took place. And Milo was talking about this. So now that Candace is coming forward and in attack mode, there's a whole bunch of people in the MAGA movement who are like, yes, like this is the energy we've been waiting for. They've been waiting for somebody to do that. So now they're like elevating all that stuff. Okay. They are elevating this shit and doing whatever they can to sort of like incorporate this into their fucking content. And it's going to come to head here. Dude, it's going to come to head, dude. I think there's going to be some action next week. Bring it on. Let's get ready to rumble. I agree, guys. All right, let's do a time check. 27 minutes. All right, we still got plenty of time. Oh, yes. Hell hath no fury like radicalized Christians scorned. Bro, is Charlie's chair on eBay? Oh, Lord. Dude, the meltdown, guys. The absolute meltdown. Oh, my God. Dude, look at this. Dude, Laura Loomer, everyone, they're splitting, right? It's going to be the Loomers and the Broderick's, right? And like a lot of these influencers are all splitting to one side, all the Trump sniffs, okay? Right? And dude, oh, this is amazing. I want to see this. Dude, yeah. Oh, 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗪 and Ariel. Yeah, I made a video, guys. Hold on. I have a video about that too. Just so you know. Let me show you. It is what was it? It was this one. This one, the MAGA girl brawl, the trad wives brawl. Oh my God. Dude, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll put the link in here. It is about that HPV fight, right? It was Morgan Ariel, Sarah Stock, Pearly Things, and fucking Emily Saves America. And they just went to town. It was like a Twitter war that started at a 𝗙PUSA event when Emily got fingered in like the hotel lobby. But so there's a long history of this, guys, that is like has been waiting. It's like, you know what it is? It's basically what it is it's like the factions and the resentment and the will to like detonate 𝗙PUSA has been simmering under the surface. Okay, for fucking, a couple of years, just waiting for somebody to set it off, right? It is pretty wild, and now it's getting set off. It is biblical. I agree, dude. Biblical. It is a biblical reckoning that's happening, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, TYT is like so done. I feel like TYT, once Anna did that Happy Merchant, like TYT, they killed the brand, boss. Like they're going to be voting for Tucker Carlson soon. They're just not even relevant anymore. But all right, let's see this one.
This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband. And I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws.
Yeah, but if you really feel that way, maybe you should get off the fucking TV set. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she saying? She's such a contradiction. This is my husband. One thing need to be sacred. It's like, dude, you're fucking monetizing this shit. You're walking out to pyrotechnics and you're fucking wearing leather pants and you're fucking making out with JD Vance. And you're fucking, putting 150,000 hankies to your eyes every 5 minutes. You're on TV like every 5 seconds. You were fucking making out with the corpse, like showing his like clay hands or some shit the day after he like was put in a casket. And you're telling us like you want something to be sacred? Like, shut the fuck up, woman. There's nothing about him sacred to you. Like, what is she talking about?
To my babies and to my parents. One thing.
Okay, so on its face, I actually agree with that. I think that when people are being buried and where they're being buried and how their funerals are done, that is very private matter, okay? So objectively, I agree with what she's saying, okay? But subjectively, because we are dealing with the subject of Erika Kirk and what transpired immediately following Charlie's assassination,
yes,
this is going to be read as Meghan Markle syndrome, okay?
Absolutely, because she was crying on the casket, remember?
Meghan Markle syndrome, where you want privacy when you want it, but you want publicity whenever you want it, and that just doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work that way. I honestly think it was said best by Bethany Frankel, not related to this situation. Bethany Frankel is on Real Housewives, a real a reality show. And she was referring to one of the housewives who lived her life very publicly, showcased her marriage, was buying tons of Louis Vuitton bags, and they had tons of money. And then when their relationship soured, the housewife basically asked the public for privacy. And Bethany was like, no, this isn't how it works. Like, we were riding with you on the way up, we're riding with you on the way out. You don't get to like pick and choose when you want privacy and when you don't want privacy. And subjectively, as it, in the matter of Erika Kirk, this is the same person who had somebody record her over Charlie Kirk's casket. That was not our business.
His
truly.
hands.
And I can say that decision was made by her.
Dude, his hands were visible. It was the most garish and fucking performative weird shit I've ever seen in my life, guys. She had somebody film her and Charlie's dead body with her like making these like animal noises. It was fucked up.
And there is, some credence to the claim that everybody grieves differently. I wouldn't even record myself over a casket ever, okay? Some people maybe perhaps want to have that memory. But the decision to publish that, you crying over your husband's casket, and to publish his dead body on Instagram was a decision that was made by Erika.
Yeah, the day afterwards, guys.
You can watch that. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Dude.
I love you.
She posted this shit, guys.
I love you. God bless you.
Dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude.
That is an incredibly personal and an incredibly intimate moment that you invited the public into, okay? There was no reason to do that outside of wanting to share something that was very private with the public. And now you fast forward 3 months removed, and it's why does the public want to know where he's buried? It doesn't work like that. You have to make a decision. I want this always to be private, or I want this always to be public. That's my personal feedback there.
Dude, she's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't publicize shit, monetize it, get garish and creepy and weird, and then later be like, oh, how dare you interrupt my fucking privacy? How dare you disturb my privacy? I'm trying to grieve over here. It's like, dude, no, you have not been grieving. You've been doing weird fucking spectacle shit from the very beginning, man. Wasn't that crazy? Like, that video is like, dude, that video is just not okay, man. That video is not okay. Like, holy shnikes, bro. I have fucking nightmares from that shit.
Later on in this same interview, she launches into a strong defense of Turning Point USA employees who have, just as a matter of fact, told many lies, many inconsistencies. These are verifiable. So they are current.
All right. So, yeah. So, dude, dude, Candy is fucking going to town, bro. Oh, man, I love it. The battle lines are drawn. Dude, oh, look at this shit, dude. Oh, Lord, dude. Oh, shit. You see this? Dude, the shooting Tim Pool survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother, by the way. Dude, Candy sinks Tim. We reported on that. Candace Owens is evil. All right? Then fucking this guy, Graham. Okay? Dude, now you got Cat Turd saying that that Dr. Fauci is no longer the most evil person in his lifetime. Now it's Candace Owens. Oh, shit. You got Kaya Jones. The man died married, and you're talking about his dating life, insulting his wife. Most peaceful Latinas. Candace Owens fans are evil. Now it's the fans. Okay, they're attacking other MAGA. This guy said oh my God, they're piling in, dude. But it's so crazy that they're all like, right? It's like all of the influencers that are sort of paid are piling in here, dude. Oh my God. And like they use the whole, remember the Sinclair when everybody read the same statement? This person it's amazing. They're like saying how the new media is now just parroting the same thing. 𝗙𝗵𝗋, They decide who's bad. And again, I think this is wreckage, guys. I'm going to go into Carnival Barker mode. We're going to go get this dance party short up. But I really think what's going on, guys, is we are witnessing where the MAGA movement themselves are realizing the propaganda of the MAGA movement because they're starting to propagandize themselves. And at the end result, there's going to be some shit. There's going to be fallout from this, okay? There is going to be fallout from this because the superpower that MAGA had was the unified propaganda, okay? That was their superpower, that they were all unified, propagandized against very specific groups, all in unison. And now here we are 11 months before the election, and we've got a fracture around Candace and Erika, fracture around the death of Charlie Kirk, a fracture around TPUSA grooming org, a fracture around Donald Trump and the Epstein files, around Donald Trump and the economy and his lies, and Donald Trump being a bullshit artist, and about even frustrations with the way the immigration shit is getting handled. And they're mad at Congress for not codifying any of the executive orders. And they are like livid at each other. They're all taking sides and shit because they're being pressured to not have their own viewpoints or not be able to ask questions. Dude, yes, speaking of a turning point, we are at MAGA's turning point. All right? But now, it's Carnival Barker. We got 15 minutes. We need 15 and 15, baby, to secure the dance party. So now we're going to put on some music and we're going to Carnival Bark. Yeah, and what Greg said right there is it, dude. I think Greg hit the nail on the head. They are not going to vote. They are not going to be excited to vote, man. They're going to look at J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk and all this drama and the fact that they themselves were called evil because they had questions about Charlie Kirk, and they're going to be like, fuck this, right? Fuck this. Not voting. All right, 15 and 15, baby. We've seen riffs like this before. No, we have not. We've not seen a MAGA rift like this before. I mean, we've seen MAGA be upset about like the H-1B or, Elon Musk or, going back to when, there was infighting with people that were working for Donald Trump. But the different thing is this, guys, is in all previous MAGA rifts, Donald Trump would come out and he was the word that nobody disagreed with. And if he came out and shored it all up, everybody would quiet down and get back in line. But now the problem is they don't believe Donald Trump anymore. Okay? They don't. After Epstein, they don't believe Donald Trump. They don't trust Trump anymore. The hardcore Trumpies do, like the Juanita Broaddrick and the Graham Allen and the Benny Johnsons, the people that are paid. Okay, the paid influencers are still doing it. But I mean, even MTG, right? There is now a real, live, there's been proof that Donald Trump would release the Epstein files, then he backed out of it, then he's hiding, then he made it up as a hoax, and then he fought to, prevent their release, and they're like, well, wait, the Epstein files are all Democrats. Why did Trump do that? Is Trump a Democrat? Is Trump a deep state? Is Trump in there? Why is Trump lying to us? What happened to Dan Bongino and 𝗙cie Patel, right? They don't know who to believe anymore. They've lost their fucking trust of their own people. And that is brand new because that was always their superpower. Their superpower was, okay, Trump says this is okay, so we're just going to get in line. But now Trump says, and they're like, I kind of don't think Trump's telling us the truth anymore. Right? And dude, that is powerful, boss. When you get that mistrust, I mean, guys, that's literally how people leave Christianity. Dude, Angel Rage, let's go. Let's get this party started. It's true. There is music. Yeah, I put some music on while we're doing the fucking countdown here. Right? Right? While a little bit of the fucking, right? But so what I was gonna say though is that like breach of trust is the same way that people end up leaving Christianity. Okay, when they get this doubt where they're like, wow, I think maybe God doesn't exist, or I think maybe this God is not a good God because they're letting too many people get harmed, right? That moment of clarity is when people start unraveling. And I mean, it's how you get out of the cults, like religion. It's how you get out of an abusive relationship the day the woman realizes her partner's manipulating her. She's like, whoa, now I see it. Now you can't unsee it, okay? You can't unsee that type of clarity. Dude, stop the stupidity. Let's go, coming in hot. Dude, Miranda says, love to see the Candace Carnage. Love it. I do too, Miranda. I'm all in. They call it waking up. Yes, it's true. It's true. All right, 12 more, baby. 12 in 10. We got this. Dude, yeah, it's crazy. It is waking up. It's because they don't follow the real gospel. They don't. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Okay? And their gospel is money and political power. Okay? Stop stupidity. Let's go, baby. Dude, let's go. That's what it is, guys. It is money and power. Okay? And I mean, there is a real gospel in the Bible that even if you take it away from religion, it's like valuable, you know, like I think if you followed like the tenets of Jesus, much like if you followed the precepts in Buddhism, you could live a good fucking, you know, compassion-filled life and probably help a lot of downtrodden people. You know what I mean? But they unfortunately, it's like political power and money, right? But I mean, you could take any parable, whether it's the Bible or like I said, the precepts of Buddhism, or even, you know, a self-help book. You could take any good parable and take some great shit out of it and lead a life, you know? You know what I'm saying? Dude, love the show. Let's dance. Thank you, 𝗙𝗊𝗍. Appreciate you. But yeah, dude, right? The actual, though, to the person who said it's all contradictions, I mean, yeah, dude, the Bible's a disaster of a book. I mean, you know, simply because it's there's no consistency there. Gen Xer, Candy Cane 3X, let's go. I mean, because again, you got to remember, right, that the Bible was not a religious book that was created to document a religion. Okay, the Bible was like thousands of years of oral stories that were canonized and woven together over another like 1,000 years or several hundred years, and then they were incorporated into a book to express a political religious viewpoint, and then they coalesced that and crafted it. So like most of the stories in that Bible were never meant to even be joined together. And then they co-opted like pagan holidays, and they co-opted like other shit into the whole mix. So the whole thing is like if you took 100 movies and you tried to put them all together in one giant long movie like you meant to write that movie, and it would just be a disaster, okay? Because nobody, like, it was never meant to be what it was. It was a bunch of people that took a whole bunch of disparate stories and they all fucking crammed them together, you know? Stop the stupidity, let's go! And so there's no way you can have any, you know, single through line, or the thing's not gonna be just a huge contradictory mess. You know? Yeah, oh yeah, dude. The different Bibles are so crazy. Seven minutes, 7 and 7, baby. We're almost there. Let's go. Dude, we got this. Bradshaw, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh my God, guys. So let me just tell you, all right? And I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole religious background, okay? But you got to realize that, like, Christianity really came into vogue because of a ruler named Constantine, okay? And this guy was kind of having a shaky go of it, and the Roman Empire was in a bit of a, like, I don't know, not the greatest place. They needed some inspiration. Stop the stupidity. And so basically this guy, yeah, it was 300. This guy, like 345 or something, somewhere around there. But this guy found Christianity and was like, wait a second. If like people were sort of doubting him, he didn't have a lot of like popular opinion on his side. And so he started making claims of like divine providence. Okay. That was his thing. He started making it like, whoa, like this religion is real and this God is speaking to me. Thank you, baby. And so that, right? Stop stupidity. Let's go. He discovered that being divinely connected, like, really just got people jacked up. And people really resonated with him more when he was, like, getting visions from God, okay? He was no longer, like, just a mere human ruler. Now people had a lot of reason to sort of buy in. And, right? And, dude, he went with that. Once people responded, it was like one of the first viral campaigns, I think, is once people responded, he was like, all right. And what ended up happening, right? Alexander Billings has major surgery today. I don't know who that is, but I hope it goes good for her. But so that started a fusion of monarchy and religion, okay? Because what happened was, when there were monarchs, okay, we had a long fucking issue with the feudalism, guys, because people would get mad at monarchs. When you have a bunch of poor people, they'd be like, why does this royal family get to lead us? And we're mad about this. And there were a lot of rebellions, okay, because people were like frustrated that they had to live in the shit while somebody born in another family got to be fucking king. But when they fused deities and God with the monarchy, then the people were no longer, they were like, oh, now it's divine. Now, oh, like giving fealty to this family is going to buy us entrance to heaven. It created a whole different kind of obedience, guys. Stop stupidity. Let's go. Dude, we need 3 and 3, baby. So this was a very powerful thing. And then somebody mentioned too, is once Constantine got this shit involved, they went on the warpath, guys. Okay, stop the stupidity. Let's go. And they basically went on a warpath saying like, you're either going to obey Christianity or we're going to fucking kill you. And then that pretty much became the reality of Christianity for the next 1,000 years, including when they came to the Americas and they forced all the native people in South America to be Catholic or to get murdered. That was it. You had one choice: Catholicize or we're going to kill you. Stop stupidity. Let's go, dude. Jason's, let's go. So this shit has always had a component. And then if you go into like the 1400s, okay, Catholicism got really bad. It got corrupted by money. And dude, let's go. There it is. We're over the top. Oh, we made it. So it got corrupted by money, guys. And then they started selling salvation, okay? Pretty soon. And yes, the Muslim religion was a couple hundred years later in a different part of the Levant, right? Was the Muslim religion did the same shit, okay? So you had, right? Originally you had Judaism, then Christianity shows up, Constantine grabs it, he goes on the warpath. A couple hundred years later, Islam shows up, and then, no, we're really the right guy. They're the youngest brother of the Abrahamic shit. And then they had their own, like, warpath, and eventually Christianity and Islam fucking went against each other for, 1,000 years. But by 1400, guys, this shit was so corrupt, okay? The Catholic Church was so corrupt that they were selling entrance to heaven, okay? You could buy it. You had to buy indulgences if you wanted to get to heaven. So now all these people like sold their souls to not be killed to become part of this religion. And then all the poor people weren't even going to go to heaven. And that was kind of the beginning, right? That was kind of the beginning of Calvinism and shit that ended up coming to fucking America later on, dude. Alexandra was in Transparent for 5 years. All right, proud liberal. All right, let's go. But dude, yeah, so, and then there was Martin Luther and the Reformation, and there was like a battle inside the church, and they sort of did a reset, and like, so this shit is just, dude, Parable, speaking truth, my second super chat ever. Let's go, thank you, Parable. We love you for it. Let's go. Oh, thank you. And so, yeah, dude, I mean, the history of this shit is just so toxic, okay? And we know if Jesus came back today that he would get a one-way ticket to Alligator Alcatraz. He would. If Jesus showed up right now, he would get pepper sprayed, and you would have like 10 Proud Boys throwing his ass to the ground while they zip tied him and fucking shipped him off to Florida, dude. Right? Dude, let's go, dude. Jan Hus, bro. Why are you talking about my guy, dude? That's funny. Do you remember that from the conversation? You must, right? Dude, Jan Hus, that's the Moravian guy, guy who started the church I was in when I was a kid, dude. Then they burned him at the stake because he wouldn't recant. And I remember my uncle Jimmy was like, thank God they didn't name us after the Huss guy or we'd all be called hussies. Dude, my uncle said that in church, dude. It was amazing. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude. You don't remember that conversation? Oh, shit. Let's go. Dude, yeah, no, Jan Hus was the guy who founded the Moravian Church, and that was the church that I belonged to as a kid, right? The Ebenezer Moravian Church was where I was forced to go to Sunday school in my early years when I was being sexually abused by two of my older half-brothers, right? And fucking, but at least I had fucking church, right? Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. Dude, sick of bailing out farmers? Yeah, no, we all are. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, what else do we got on tap, boss? I guess we got to look at the Trump oil thing, right? Dude, what are we doing with the Trump oil thing? Guess they didn't pray right or something? Yeah. I mean, you figure out, right? You figure out soon enough that, like, with the religion, that, like, there's a disconnect. Okay. Yeah, the one you're talking about was the 15th century. Yeah, no, that's him, right? That's him, dude. Right? It's this guy. Right? And right here. The Moravian populations. It became the Moravian Church, right? That was him. Like, our church was real old. It was one of those churches from fucking, like, wherever the Moravian population was, which is, I guess, what is that? That is like, is that Czechoslovakia now? Right? Or Hungary? But yeah, that's it. That's the guy. Right? That's the dude. Right? And it was specifically the Moravian Church was the church that fucking came out of that. right? So it was Czechoslovakia from Bohemia. So I'm a true Bohemian, guys. Let's go, right? There it is. Unitas Fratrum. Unity of the brethren. Oh, let's go. I'm an original Bohemian. I guess, what does it say? It says they followed the followers of the reformer Jan Hus, a heart-centered faith, Christian unity, global mission known for pioneering missionary work, pacifism, and communal living. They were communists, baby, with strong traditions in music education and girls' schools. Let's go. And a deep devotion to Jesus. Now, we'll leave that part out. But yeah, that was the fucking church that I grew up on, right? In particular, Ebenezer Moravian Church, right? This one. There it is. There's the church that I went to as a kid, right? This was my fucking church right here. Very devout, guys. It was like, I don't know, 10 miles outside Watertown. Right? And like the minister was like a close family friend. We every Sunday school, church, but it was crazy though, because like we would go to church and then we would go home and my dad would get drunk and like beat the shit out of everybody. So it was fucking bizarre. It was like out in the country, you know, and the minister lived in a house like fucking right next to it. It was pretty fucking bizarre. I wonder who the leadership is now. Let's see who the fucking leadership is now. Oh, it's got a woman reverend. That's new. All right. Pastor Katie. Let's go. Dude, shit is fucking pretty wild, boss. And there's a cemetery next to it, right? You know what I remember though, guys? You know what I really remember? Like, dude, they have all these, like, they're big on the kids stuff, okay? Right? They're big on the kids stuff. Like, Sunday school was intense, okay? And no, so I'll give you a quick sidebar, but so that was the church that I went through up until second grade. And then in third grade, we moved to California. We didn't go to church at all in California. And then when we moved back to Wisconsin, we went to church right up through sixth grade. And then we moved to California, no church at all. Like when we lived in California, we just didn't go to church. And so I kept like seeing life with church and life without church. But then by the time we got back to Wisconsin in eighth grade, we didn't really go to church anymore. We only went for like Christmas because they had a Christmas service at like 10 p.m., right? On Christmas Eve or whatever, 9 p.m. There was like a huge service with singing and shit. And then you would go home and fucking Christmas Eve in front of the tree or whatever. That was like a big thing that they did. But yeah, it was pretty wild. But you know, the thing that I remember the most about this as like a first grader was there was a guy who was missing a leg, okay? There was a guy who had one of his legs amputated and was a member of the congregation, and he had his pants leg rolled up and like held together with fucking safety pins, and he had crutches. And I never found out why he was missing a leg or what happened, but I was like, as a kid, I was always like super fixated on that guy. Like I couldn't like not notice him. I was so intrigued by him on his crutches. He was there every fucking Sunday. And I just remember, you know, I mean, first grader, I had, you know, I have no idea really what's going on, but I was so intrigued by that guy. You know, I was just always, I used to like follow him around, dude. You know what I mean? You don't have church trauma. Yeah. I mean, the Moravian church wasn't super traumatic. Like when the church trauma really started hitting was when my older half brothers and sisters got into the Assembly of God. Okay. That's when it got weird. Like when we moved back to Wisconsin and in fourth grade, We lived in a little duplex that was like right down the street from an Assembly of God church. And I used to go and like kick the football on their big grass field. And like some of my older brothers and sisters got involved. Well, they were all half brothers and sisters, but they started getting involved with the Assembly of God people. And then shit got weird. Okay. And then shit got fucking weird. That's when like the speaking in tongues and like my sister moved down to Eureka Springs, fucking Arkansas, and was living in like a religious commune. And like one of my half brothers became like a missionary to Romania, and shit got like really bizarre. And that sort of started unraveling my relationship with religion. You know what I'm saying? You know, is the Assembly of God stuff was fucking, dude, those people are crazy, right? You've experienced ostracism from your community. Got you? Yeah. No, but down in Texas, though, Parable, you got all the mega churches, man. Texas is pretty fucking wild. But yeah, dude, the Assembly of God is like, those people are severe, guys. And yeah, fainting in the aisles. I mean, and again, by the time eighth grade rolled around, right? By the time eighth grade rolled around, they were like, I would go to their like Bible study or whatever in the midweek, and they would fucking have those. They used to have these things, right? Where they would like select a couple people in the Bible study group that were sort of on the outside that they wanted to rope in, and they would start doing a ceremony with them that feels very natural, but when you see it a couple times, you start seeing that it has a methodology to it where they start speaking in tongues, and it becomes this sort of tribal, musical, heated, a bunch of people's energy are commingling, and it becomes almost like a dance and a bunch of energy directed at a couple parishioners. And then they bring you up there and you get sort of overcome with the Spirit of the Lord. But it's really just like a fever coming from the people, like generating it with their dancing and their sweating and their chanting and all that shit. And you start getting convinced that you're having this experience. I mean, it's really a fucking a thing. And they did that to me, and I went along with it. Like, I went up to the front and they all lay hands on you, and like, when you're young and you're feeling like awkward and you know, lonely, that kind of attention is like very intoxicating. Okay. But it also though was like, I knew that I wasn't really feeling like the Lord, that I was just feeling the intoxication of like ensnarement in sort of a way. And so I just sort of went along with the act, and it was very intoxicating, but it also felt a little dangerous to me because I'd seen how my half brothers and sisters, like once they got into that church, like they sort of stopped having individual lives. Right. And those of you who know, like people that are deep in an evangelical church, like once you get in there, you don't have a life separate from the church anymore, guys. It is like once you get in there, you sort of stop hanging out with anybody that is not of your congregation. And it is like they do that sort of isolationist sort of thing where you start separating from everybody who's not in the congregation, and they start having they have kind of their own lingo and their own, you know what I mean? It really fucks people up, man. It fucks people up. And then what they do is they sort of descend on people. Like if they find out somebody, because this was a small town, it was like 10,000 people. But if they find out that somebody's like lost their job, right? Or somebody's struggling with alcoholism, they'll all go to them and just sort of like start caring for them. Like they always try to hit people that are on the bottom of the fucking barrel, like people that are totally struggling and dependent. And then they go there and they help them out, but only until they get them like roped into the congregation. And then you become somebody that goes and tries to rope people in the congregation. But it's very targeted. Like they go after people when they're at their lowest and most vulnerable. And it's pretty fucking disturbing when you really look at it. And then later on, you find out that there's all kinds of sexual abuse and shit. And so the whole shit is pretty crazy. Dude, it's pretty whacked out. But I got out, though. I got out because I got our family to move back to California because in 9th grade, I wanted to go to college, and college was free in California. I wanted to go to a UC school and get a good education. So in 9th grade, I called one of my dad's bosses back in California, and I negotiated for my dad to get his job back. And I fucking, negotiated a family move because my sister was graduating, of me and my mom and my dad to go back to Los Angeles so I could go to high school in California and then establish residency and go to a UC college, because all my brothers and sisters like got stuck in Wisconsin, and I did not want to be in Wisconsin. I did not and then I ended up going to UCLA. Yeah, dude, I was getting out. You know what I mean? Dude, I was not going to be stuck there so I could get depressed, develop a drinking habit, and end up in the fucking Assembly of God, bro. No, not this guy. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, I gave it up. I did. I gave it up. I was like a little bit of a deal maker, guys. Right. And I learned it from my dad. Okay. I really did. I learned it from my dad. Even though he was abusive and shit, he was like, he was a deal maker. He used to, you know what I'm saying? I used to see him when he would go like look for a job or whatever. Even if they didn't have an opening, he would try to negotiate a job. And he was really good at like getting people to help him out. And so I definitely fucking picked up on those skills. Fastest growing religion is no religion. I like the sound of that, boxing. Dude. Did the attendance at megachurches plummet? I hope it has. Dude, those megachurches are dangerous, guys. Okay? Because now, guys, they've fused with the political. Okay? Like back when I was even exposed to this shit, and when they were trying to like rope me in, there were no politics in the church, guys. They never talked about politics in church at all. It was never a subject. But now, if you go to a lot of fucking churches, they're especially the Baptists and the mega churches and those evangelical churches, they are literally telling their parishioners, if you vote for Democrats, you're going to hell. Like they have fused church. They're using people's fear of hell to indoctrinate them into, it doesn't matter how bad the Republican guy is. The Republican is the party of God. And if you vote for them, you're going to heaven. And if you don't, if you vote for the Democrats, you're going to hell. And dude, that is fucked up, bro. That shit is fucked up. It is so foobar, like you can't even begin. Dude, that's crazy. Ah. All right, you ready? Church of MAGA? Dude, like, we got to look at Trump's oil tanker, boss. What the fuck is going on, bro? Like, seriously. Dude, look at this shit, bro. Oh my God. Dude, how, like, it's all Erika Kirk. What is this? Oh my God, dude. I don't know why I love this shit. Dude, the destruction of MAGA. Dude, Buddhism is really speaking. Dude, Buddhism is great, guys. I've studied Buddhism and I studied Vipassana meditation, the meditation that Buddha did. And Buddha is great because it's not a religion. It's just a life philosophy with like some precepts and a general outline for how to live your life to seek harmony with the world, but it doesn't have hard and fast rules. It just has a bunch of suggestions, and it is like not there to control you. It is there to just, you know, provide a philosophical path of like seeking harmony with the people and the animals and the world and the energy. It is so great. And I'm telling you, if you get a chance to go on a Vipassana retreat, 𝗙mme.org, right? I believe it is, I'm going to put the link in there. Yeah, it's this, right? 𝗙mme.org. 10-day retreat. They're free. Okay, they have them all over the world. You go for 10 days, no talking, no eye contact, right? It's a silent meditation retreat. They have beautiful meditation centers. The men and women are split and separate. They have dorms. They feed you home-cooked vegan meals the whole time. 10 days. It's free. $0. You go do this. You learn the technique. At the end, you contribute as much as you want. $5, $5,000, whatever you want to donate at the end. There's never a charge. And I'm telling you, I've done this, and it's life-changing. You do go a little batshit, okay? And you know, you fucking, ours was like 60 miles away. By day 7, you go a little batshit, but it's basically you meditate for like 14 hours a day, you sleep, you walk, and you eat food, and that's it. And then every night you go into the temple, the meditation temple, and there's like a TV screen where you get feedback from the instructor who's like the grand poobah of the meditation. And there's no phones, no TV, no radios, no nothing. It's just you and silence and nature and meditation and food. You eat in silence. You don't look at each other. It's amazing. It's like really profound. And then every night you have that instructor televised thing where the instructor basically describes what chaos you went through that day, because the learning of the technique is very specific. You all have the same experiences. You all have the same experiences because you're learning how to do the meditation. So there's a 10-day program for how you learn this meditation. And it's very specific. Like everybody has kind of the same mental breakdown at the same time on the same day because of how this system like gets you in touch with your own inner voice. It's like really wild. And it's quite incredible. And it was really life-changing for me, right? You're definitely going to do battle with your ego. And then once a day for like, you can go have a 5-minute meetup with the instructor and ask them questions about the technique, because you are learning a very specific technique. It is like learning the thing. And dude, you don't really have a breakdown. It's not like that. It's like breaking down your ego, right? So you don't realize that when you go to a retreat like this, you realize that most of what goes on in your head and in your judgment of people and in your feelings of disconnection is coming from your own ego. And so when you learn Vipassana, you kind of get to break down your ego's control over you, and you get to hear the you that's underneath that ego. And oddly enough, when you're not looking at people and judging them by how they look, and when you're not talking to people and judging them through comparison, you actually end up feeling a lot closer to the people, right? You end up feeling a real connection with your fellow human beings. It's quite amazing. It really is quite revolutionary. And it's just, the meditation is just about insight. It's about being able to hear what's underneath your ego. And it's really cool, right? It's just breath. There's no visualization. There's no music involved. It's just about like the sensations on your body. It's really incredible. Yeah, no, it's good shit. I highly recommend it, right? I highly, highly fucking recommend. But I'll put the link in again. You can check it out. Shit is the bomb, dude. Shit is the bomb, bro. Right? It's good stuff, dude. All right. Venezuela. Dude. Yeah, it's that ego, right? Dude, what is going on, bro? Okay? Like, see, that doesn't work for you. Talking about meditation because you're chronically in pain. See, you know what's interesting, Sylvie? What would be really interesting about this? That is, and again, you know, I'm not counseling you. I'm just, you know, offering some insight of what I learned at this thing. But so one of the things about the meditation with Vipassana is learning to find comfort with like both the good and the bad. And I really didn't believe it was possible, you know, because we as humans, we avoid the painful and we seek the pleasurable, right? Which is our totally natural state of being, right? But so what was interesting that I learned through these long meditation sessions was when you find a way to look at pain as not pain, but as merely a type of sensation that is existing in your body, the pain itself becomes less of a threat. And I realize when you get into really intense pain, this is not something that necessarily we can all like, you know, attain, you know what I'm saying? But I did notice that like some of my relationship with how I reacted to physical and emotional pain was different after this thing. Once I had learned how to be able to look at it and not see it as pain. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really interesting. And again, though, I don't have chronic every day. I know that the fatigue that comes with the chronic every day, I don't want to make you think I am dismissing what you're going through at all, because I'm not. Because I realize that everybody has different levels of shit, and some people have just chronic weighty shit that fatigues you. But I personally did experience, because I have pain too, that is not necessarily from a chronic lingering illness, but mine is from some sexual abuse as a kid, that I have pain that crops up in certain parts of my body that is just tied to my body from the abuse I suffered. And it's ways that this pain has manifested itself in my body, and some of it got removed through EMDR, but some of it is just going to be there forever. It's just like in my fucking physical reality. But one of the things that I got a little better at on after like learning Vipassana was how there's the pain itself, and there's our reaction to the pain, and how we react to the pain is sometimes actually more painful than the pain itself. It is like our like guarding and fatigue and like resistance to the pain because it's bad and it's negative and we don't want to go through it creates a type of stress that when you find a way to remove that and you can sort of just let the pain in, pain can feel very differently when it's not perceived as an enemy, but it's perceived as just a thing, right? You know what I mean? And I don't know, a lot of that sounded hokey pokey to me, but I did actually see some of my relationship with some of that change in a way that was a little bit profound. And you know, and like there's that exists in like you know, that like, because we are sort of conditioned to sort of like fear and revile pain, and we look at it as this haunting negative thing. But there's a possibility that like pleasure and pain are actually the same thing, but they're just like oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is pain, and when you look at it from over here, it's a type of pleasure. You know what I mean? And like, this is really painful and horrible, and like, oh, this is just a really interesting experience that, like, you know, and I think we all have a little leeway to and you know what, it's interesting though, is I don't think it's about control, right? I don't think it's about control. I think it's about perspective. Okay, because when you have debilitating pain, you can't control it. You know what I mean? You can't make it stop. That's why it's so haunting. But when you can look at it as something that's not a threat and not an enemy and not a negative, the power of it feels differently, right? It feels differently. And people that are you know, cutters kind of know what this is, even though for them it's a very negative and troubling experience. But for them, it's that experience of pain becomes like something that is like feels healthy to them. Now, you don't want to go that route, you know what I'm saying? But like, there's a lot of nuances with pain and our perspectives of it, you know what I'm saying? Where we like, you know, like one of the big parables, yes, you experience the anxiety and the pain a little bit more objectively. Like, one of the things that's really interesting is one of the parables that was big in the Vipassana meditation was that nothing that comes from us is harmful. Our thoughts, our feelings, our rage, our emotion, none of that is harmful. The harm comes from how we judge our thoughts, our bodies, our emotions, our reactions, right? It's our judgment that causes the harm. And what's crazy about it is that I have discovered, like, wow, when we take away the judgment of the pain, the emotion, the whatever, and we just sort of like let it wash over us with awareness, it sort of mutes some of the threatening qualities of this stuff. You know what I mean? Dude, oh my God, that sounds horrible, HSK. Yeah, no, I mean, that sounds horrible. I'm sure at that point, though, you're needing some type of like deep fucking perspective, or I mean, deep medication. But so I guess the thing where you might benefit from this, HSK, is not with the debilitating pain that you need to medicate, but this could be something that you could apply to the fatigue you feel in between those internal bleeding things that show up, right? Because every time one of those internal bleeding things shows up, your body gets wrecked and your psyche gets wrecked, and you probably get all the wind taken out of your sails, and you feel like you're back to fucking step one, having to rebuild yourself, just knowing the inevitable crash is coming. And so that type of meditation could be something that could make those rebounds feel like less futile, right? You know what I'm saying? That like it wouldn't be able to stop that debilitating stuff, but I think it could help like change your relationship to that horrible roller coaster you're stuck on, where you every 4 months you have to get wrecked and start at zero again, which has got to be like, that's got to be fatiguing. You know what I mean? And to the person who said that pain is a sign of something wrong. So what's interesting about it, guys, is sometimes pain is a sign of something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. Sometimes pain is a sign of something wrong. And sometimes, though, pain is not a sign that something wrong. Sometimes pain is just it's a manifestation of growth. It's an indicator of growth. Because you know what's crazy about this, guys? And this is the last thing I'm going to say before we get into Venezuela here, but like, There's pain that we have from actual physical injuries. And then there's a bunch of pain that we have, guys, that is just not related to physical injuries. It is simply the manifestation of trauma in our bodies. We have both, okay? You may pull a muscle from working. You may hurt your back from fucking whatever, lifting some shit up wrong. But some of the pain in your body is literally just manifestations of your trauma, okay? Our body stores trauma in our bones and our ligaments and our fucking, our fat cells and our muscles. And then that shit manifests as physical pain. And I mean, I experience this a lot. Like every time I confront like childhood issues, like sometimes my foot will act up where it will get so bad I'm limping. And then when I've worked through the childhood issue, the foot pain is just gone. Now, of course, I could have gone to the doctor and had them do x-rays and they wouldn't find anything and they might prescribe me a whole bunch of medication or physical therapy. But what I discovered is some of these pains in my body are literally just my family trauma, okay? And generational trauma. And there's like a lot of us, like a lot of your pain, right? Not if you have some sort of genetic thing or you have actual physical ailments, but if you have a lot of unexplained pain that comes and goes, much of that shit is likely generational trauma or life trauma that's hiding in your body. And this is why I go and see a body worker every week and why I've done a lot of acupuncture and shit. It's like you can remove that. Like I go every week and she does cupping and she like goes through my body, like from my temples all the way down to my feet. And she just roots this shit out. Like my body worker is she's like a fucking unicorn. And like, she like roots out all that shit. But it's like, there's so much of it in there. By the time you're 30 years old, you have like 30 years of trauma stored in your body. Now, if you look at deer, like deer and other animals, they'll shake themselves. They like do tremors to release some of that from their muscles. And there is a thing that Jenny's an instructor of this stuff called Fitzmaurice voice, which is tremoring. And so you can tremor it out. You can do acupuncture. You can do physical therapy. You could do things like Bikram yoga, right? You can do meditation. Like there are just many, many ways of like, EMDR. There are many, many ways of like getting some of this physical like therapy out of our bodies, right? And it is, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is though, so Drea, I don't think it's something wrong, okay? Because the thing about it is trauma isn't really something wrong. Trauma is just, right? It's like when you go get an oil change of your car, you're not getting an oil change because there's something wrong. You're getting an oil change because the action of driving creates trauma in your oil and in your engine. And so every so often, right, when your engine blows up, there's something wrong. But otherwise, it's just maintenance, right? Like if you drive, there's trauma that is induced in your vehicle. And then you have to do maintenance to, right? Not because there's a problem. It's just simply that like driving is traumatic to your engine and living is traumatic to our bodies and our brains. It is. Like, I mean, go to the beach and look at a seagull. You'll see them with like one eye and their fucking wing is all tweaked and they have a fucking toe going sideways. It's like, it's not even a problem. It's just the act of living introduces trauma into our bodies and shit, And so what's more is, instead of like, it's like if we're not doing that work, we're just sort of not doing the maintenance. Dude, I know a check engine light would be great, right? Your pain is nothing a cup of bongs cannot make bearable. Hey, man, let's go. You know what I mean? Dude, let's go. Dude, let's go. But everybody's going to find their different thing. My thing is this, is like, my thing is I don't want you to think that whatever you're doing is not right? Because some people, I have friends who have crippling depression and they have to take medication or they will fucking be in bed for weeks, right? And they can't live like that. So it doesn't matter if you're taking medication. It doesn't matter if you have pain pills for conditions or if you have physical therapy for things. my suggestion is to whatever you're doing that's working for you, supplement it with some of the other like additional things, right? Whether it's a little bit of yoga or a little bit of acupuncture. Sometimes they have community acupuncture that's like $10 and it's a room full of people and you can get your energy flowing, or you can do meditation. You can go to a free retreat or find some on YouTube or whatever, just to add some of that holistic, like self-generating, right? Because when we take medication, when we do physical therapy, we're sort of manipulating our bodies and we're treating our bodies in ways that are improving our bodies. But we have an energy system. We all do. We all have a lymphatic system, a limbic system. We have fucking all kinds of like energy hormones and shit in our body that is it's like an oil fucking system in an engine. And it's important that we do some type of activity that keeps that energy doing its job, because we have amazing healing powers in our own body, which is why when you slice your hand open, that shit regenerates, right? Because we have this amazing body. And some of this is energy. So it's really good to have an oil change for your energy, because then you're vibrating in a way that when your energy's vibrating in a certain way, you draw more of that good vibration. And you know, like if we don't like get our energy flowing and we get stuck, we become much more susceptible to other people's negative energy, right? Because negative energy like looks for people that are stuck, and then it festers in there the same way that like viruses look for people that are cold, right? And it goes in there and fucking, right? You heat it up and the virus is like, oh shit, I'm out. And like negative energy is like that too. If you get stuck and you get into a rut, like other people who are negative start finding you, and then they just dump more, and then like if you're stuck, you become a receptacle for other people's energy. And so one of the ways of like not taking on some of that negativity is making sure that your energy circuit, like your electricity system is operating at a high level. It gives you a little bit of an advantage of like, whoa, I'm not going to take that on or not take that on. And I mean, man, especially since I got into politics, like, whoa, dude, it's become really noticeable that like I can't be a troll all day and make videos about shit that's heartbreaking all day if I don't make sure that my energy system is really like moving. It's got to be moving. Like it's got to be getting rid of every little bit that doesn't need to be there. Like anything that's going to fester, like needs to be juiced into something like healthier. And we don't really get taught this. Like we don't get taught when we're kids that like how we manage our internal energy can affect how we interface with the world. Like we don't get any fucking teaching about how to live energetically, right? Like even if you're an artist and you want to tap into inspiration, it's like about your energy, right? You can look at like your sex life is where you'll see a lot of it manifesting. If you suffer with writer's block or you have trouble getting started or trouble finishing, like a lot of that is about your energy flow. And it's not even about those exterior things. And then if you're getting the same obstacles over and over again, it's almost like you're drawing some of that energy. You're not really drawing it. It's not like that. It's more like you're not as resistant to it as, right? If you're seeing the same obstacles over and over again, it's like an energy thing, you know, that if you change your energy flow in your body, it has a huge change of what the universe fucking brings to you. Let me just tell you, man, it really does. It really does, you know, which is why they say like, you know, start local, right? And that local is how our body, like if you go into Chinese, like, you know, acupuncture and shit and the way they use like tinctures, Like, and they've been doing this for thousands of years, long before there was modern medicine. And like, there's a real science to that. Like, for example, 12 years ago, or 14 years ago, 15 years ago, I had no medical insurance. I broke the scaphoid in my wrist, okay? Scaphoid's a tiny little bone here that feeds the blood vessels to all of your hand. If the scaphoid doesn't heal right, your hand can be permanently affected, okay? I had no health insurance. I could not afford to go to a specialist. They wanted me to come up with $3,000 just to make an appointment. So you know what I did, guys? I did acupuncture, okay? For a broken bone in my wrist, I spent less than $1,000 over the course of like 3 months. I never even put a cast on. I had a splint and a bandage, and I continued working as a bartender, and I did acupuncture, and I fucking healed the scaphoid bone for under $1,000, guys, okay? That's the power of this shit. Like, it is like crazy, guys. And my dad, 40 years ago, my dad had multiple back surgeries for a disc, and he kept having this thing where if he leaned over, he would pass out. He couldn't even tie his shoes. His back was so bad, they did like 5 surgeries and they couldn't fix this shit, okay? And then what ended up happening was we talked him into going to acupuncture, and he didn't want to do it. And finally, you know what my dad said? He said, you know what, guys? I'm going to do it just to shut you up. I'm going to go do the acupuncture. I'm going to do what you guys are telling me to do, and I'm going to prove to you that this shit doesn't work, okay? And he did acupuncture for like 3 months, and it fucking fixed his disc problem. He never passed out again. 4 months, maybe. And he went in there not believing. He was like going in there to fuck you, acupuncture. And it's still like, if it's, you know, muscular, skeletal, discs, nerves, that kind of shit, acupuncture, crazy. Migraines, yep, really good. Anything that is like your neural, like muscular skeletal system, like, you would be amazed at like how your body can fucking, you know, do this shit. And you know, last thing, I know I'm gonna ramble, but so I did use acupuncture a little when I first got sober. And the other thing I did with acupuncture was I used it to get famous. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not exactly cut and dried. But back in 2019, okay, when I first started streaming Fortnite and I wanted to blow up in the Fortnite world, and I knew that being an old man was not like necessarily conducive to blowing up in the video game world, because there were no old men in gaming, and it was definitely a game for young people. And I was going to TwitchCon in 2019 to meet people and to start networking. And so I did several months of like probiotics and vitamins that a naturopath prescribed to me. And then I did acupuncture to make myself receptive. Okay. I did a bunch of acupuncture to make myself capable of receiving the energy of like this new endeavor. Okay. And to maximize, to like basically open all my floodgates so I could go out and just take it all in. And like 2 years later, guys, I was like very successful and in the center of like the gaming industry, and was like had paid off all our debts that we had incurred for me living several years trying to start a film career, having no job, and remodeling our house. And it was like, it was really profound that it was witchcraft. It's not witchcraft. I think it's just energy. It's like openness. You know what I mean? Like, you can't receive unless you learn how to be open. Okay. And we're kind of taught that like we need to go out there and take, and you can take, but taking is a very capitalist, harmful thing that injures yourself and others. But you'd be amazed at how much you can sort of like, you know, manifest when you make yourself open, right? To like, I'm going to take all this in from out there, and I'm going to know that it's not going to hurt me, and I'm going to be able to weed out the dangerous shit, and I'm going to hold on to the good shit, and I'm going to grow, and I'm going to experience a lot of pain, and I'm going to fucking, you know, make a lot of mistakes. But the key is you can't really commune with the energy of the world unless you make yourself open to see what that energy has in store for you, right? That's kind of right. That's kind of how I look at it. And maybe I'm crazy. And I think a lot of that energy is what religious people think is God, but it's really just, you know, electrons and fucking protons and shit spinning around and like moving around the planet. You know what I mean? It's just that subatomic energy created from everything being made of moving particles. It's like whatever, the static that comes from everything moving all the time. And there's just like our bodies are a bunch of moving parts that offload energy, you know? And it's why they do those studies where people walk in and smile and the carrots grow better if they smile around them. Whereas if you walk in grumpy, the carrots like sag, right? Because it's like we all just respond to that energy, right? Dude, right? That's kind of like, that's what I think, guys. That's how I roll. I believe it. I feel like I've, you know, like I was talking to Jenny earlier today about like writing songs, you know, and like, cause she's going through this big evolution of going into a very new endeavor that she's never done before. And I was like, just get yourself open. Like you don't even have to really look for it. Like, let it find you, right? Like when I would write those songs that you guys love to hear with those lyrics, I didn't look for those lyrics, guys. I literally just turned myself into an antenna that allowed those words to find me, okay? They did not come from me, guys, okay? I mean, I would sort of hone them and craft them and move them around once they showed up, but it was like I would put an antenna out and I would just wait for it. And I mean, you have to sort of cultivate a relationship with your antenna to be able to do it consistently. But it's like, it's the difference between trying to make it happen and simply letting it happen, right? And you know what I mean? And like, there is a power in developing a type of openness that just allows that shit to go to work on you. And where you just become a fucking, right? Conduit, I think is a great fucking way of putting it. Which antenna am I talking about? I'm talking about just my antenna that like taps into the greater creative psyche of humanity, right? When you're painting, yeah, no, absolutely, right? It's like, you know, it's like at any given moment, I believe that we feel all the pleasure and pain of the whole world, man. It's like, that's why it's so important to like eradicate suffering, because you may not be suffering, but you're feeling the pain of everybody who's suffering. Like it's around you, it's flowing around. You're getting some of that. There's no way to avoid it, you know. But yeah, it's wild, dude. My son, when I talk about this shit, he's like, "You're crazy, Dad." He says it's my religion, and maybe it is. Maybe it is a type of religion, but it's I don't know, dude. You would appreciate the world getting out of your hips? Yeah, dude, my hips. Like, dude, I still have to do a lot of work on my hips because of the sexual abuse. Like, my hips are a space. They're an area, boss, right? Flow. I mean, they do call it flow, man. Yeah, Sylvie, you see, that's tough, right? You know what I'm saying? See, that's tough there, boss. If you're dealing with that type of ideation, you need to, you know, you definitely need to seek professional, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that's some heavy duty stuff there. Like I hope you're getting somebody that's helping you fucking care for that, right? Because, you know, you can't, that shit's not to be messed with, you know what I'm saying? You know, but there are also like a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of modalities that can help that shit. Yeah, no, inspiration is a flow. For sure. It is. It is. All right. So, dude, what's going on, boss? Okay, we got to look at this Trump shit. And why is this Trump shit so important, guys? All right, I know we got a little sidetracked with the life stuff. We're always going to do that. That's how we roll here. But, dude, why is this Trump shit important? You know, because it's a little contradictory, isn't it? Like, if they can land a helicopter on an oil tanker and take it over, why couldn't they land on the drug boat and arrest those guys? Right? Why? Right? I mean, we know why. Chevron, Shell, BP. You know what I'm saying? But like, what the fuck is going on now? America can now just land on boats that belong to other nations and just take them over? Like, is that a new thing? So that means somebody can do that to us, right? If there's an oil tanker from America, we're cool if China just lands a helicopter full of guys on it and just commandeers the ship. We're doing that now? That's like a legitimate way of fucking nations to interface with each other? I don't think so, guys. And don't give me this, it's good for us, but it's not good for other people. It's like, is that terrorism or is that not terrorism? You know, like, what the fuck are we doing here, boss?
Interested in the seizure of this tanker. What happens to the oil on this ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman. Just follow the tanker.
Do you know where
follow,
it's going?
Follow it. Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true it's going to
But we're gonna. I assume we're gonna keep the oil.
So I assume we're gonna keep the oil. Like, really? Like, that's our. You know what I'm saying? That's our new philosophy. That, like, look at this shit, bro. I mean, watch this video, boss. There's a ship that does not belong to us, and there's some service members that are going down fucking ropes, and they have their guns fucking drawn, and we're just pointing guns at fucking people from another country who have done absolutely nothing to us, and we're taking their fucking boat. Like, really? Since when? You know what I mean? I mean, dude, I have a real fucking problem with this, guys. And what is up with these fucking soldiers? Why are these soldiers doing this? Who are these soldiers? Who's fucking doing this shit? Yeah, this is piracy. This is 100% piracy. You don't get to just like land on somebody else's boat and take their shit. I mean, we're not in a war. This boat's not in Americans' restricted space with weapons or some shit, so we're commandeering it because it's going to launch missiles. We're literally now just picking fucking, you know, we're picking Venezuelan oil tankers that are part of their economy, and we're just deciding, yeah, no, we're just going to fucking hop on your boat and steal your shit. Dude, we as a country need to not be okay with this. Dude, look at this shit. You ready? Look at this headline, guys. Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado, her escape from Venezuela was particularly risky because her team had to inform the U.S. military that she was escaping so they wouldn't mistake her boat for an alleged narco boat and bomb it. So what they're doing is so dangerous and outlandish and not safe and so arbitrary that anyone who's leaving the country has to make sure they notify the government, the military, so they don't get bombed. Like, bro, right? You can't take your fishing boat out without a hotline to the military, or you may end up getting bombed. Dude, that's wild, boss. And yeah, she is the one who thanked fucking Trump, dude. Right? Dude, that's crazy. We coordinated that she was going to leave by a specific area so that they would not blow up the boat. Just absolute lawlessness. Okay? The U.S. seizes an oil tanker near Venezuela. Dude, this shit is not okay, guys. Okay? Yeah, where's Congress? Good question. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy about it too is this: the Sackler family did more for fentanyl epidemic and are responsible for more American deaths in Venezuela. There's no fentanyl coming from Venezuela. There is no, I will repeat, there is no fentanyl coming to the United States from Venezuela. There is hardly any drugs coming to the United States from Venezuela. Our drugs come from Canada. They come from Mexico. They come from Colombia. They are not coming from Venezuela. Even those drug boats, if they had drugs on it, those boats are going to Africa. Okay? Those boats are not coming to America. It's not been a part of the thing. This is oil. If they cared about drugs, the Sacklers would be in prison. Okay? OxyContin and the narcotic opiates that were prescribed and you know, doctors were paid to give these things out like candy. Okay? For like a decade. You get hurt at work. They give you some narcotics. The doctors are getting their palms greased to prescribe this shit. And so you can get back to work with your fucking muscle pull. And next thing you know, you are fucking, you know, strung out. You know what I'm saying? You are strung out. Okay? And now like drug use is like coming down. Like we're kind of in a down phase, but it's just because it went so high during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And people weren't working. And so there was a huge, like much of American drug use is tied to people physically trying to survive their job or trying to survive the emotional grind of being on the bottom rung of the capitalist ladder. Okay? And so it ebbs and flows. Like it went way up during Trump's first term with all the chaos, and then it exploded during the pandemic, right? But now a whole bunch of people are getting laid off, right? People are losing jobs. Construction sites are shutting down. You know what I mean? Dude, this shit is crazy, boss. You're right. So it's coming down, but it was so elevated that it's like what we really need is we just need a really, really big, right? We need a really, really big fucking, you know, sort of reset on our society, right? And yeah, dude, the rich kids are indulging recreationally a lot more than the poor kids are. Let's be honest. And yeah, dude, Jen, you're not wrong. Like the U.S. exports way more drugs to Canada than Canada comes here. But I'm just saying when drugs come in from like China, they will come through Canada or through boats. You know what I'm saying? They're not being made. No one's growing opium in fucking Canada, but there are plenty of Chinese opiate growers that are muling that shit over the Canadian border because it's so vast. You find a pathway and you can just zip it in. You know what I'm saying? But we export a lot of drugs too. Methamphetamine and other shit that's going on here in America, and our painkillers and all that. You know, like we export a whole bunch of shit too, man. Like America deals drugs like there's no fucking tomorrow, boss. But you know, I mean, the flow of drugs isn't really the problem. The problem is the fucking need for it. You know, I mean, we can make a world that is less abusive to people. And you know, again, if you look at recreational drugs, I guarantee you that the rich kids are doing way more recreational drugs than any of the poor kids are, you know? And some of this though, guys, is really a rural problem as well. I mean, this is the thing. Those of you who've lived in a small town, like 3,000 people, you know this, but everybody acts like the drugs are all in the city. Not true, man. If you go to the fucking rural areas, okay, where there's like 1,000 people, 500 people, the kids there are fucking doing nothing but drugs. That's all they have. They have meth and they have like cheap opiates and they have sex. And that's it. They have no third spaces and they are strung the fuck out, man. I shit you not. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter red state or blue state. You go to Vermont, the small towns in Vermont, those kids are wrecked by fucking drugs. They don't have anything else to do to escape the reality that they live in, which is depression, right? It's like drugs and sex. And fucking, yeah, it is brutally sad. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's really, and domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? Get married young, have a kid, get married young, and domestic violence, dude, is brutal. And yeah, they have an issue with weed. They want to keep weed illegal, but it's like, bro, those towns are a wreckage, boss. It's like really fucking sad, man. It's really, oh, GHB? Dude, yeah, GHB almost killed me once. That shit is super dangerous. Dude, GHB, I had a fucking, I saw the pearly gates, dude, after like chugging GHB. Dude, like, I didn't know what it was. And I was like, am I supposed to chug it? And they were like, yeah. And like, dude, it was like, thank God I was with people with close friends or I probably would have died that night. You know, I mean, that shit is so... Dude, it's depressing, you know, small towns in America are depressing. Yeah. Dude, it was like, they were all laughing at me. Next thing you know, I was like, I had no motor function left, dude. It was pretty scary. That was the one and only time I ever fucked with GHP. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. Been there, done that. Thank you, no thank you. Right? I'll take a rain check on that shit. You know what I mean? Dude, they put a car on an icy lake. Dude, oh my God. Even in the 70s, guys, in the 70s, when we lived in Elkhorn, it was like 3,000 people, right? And there was, there wasn't like methamphetamine was not prevalent yet. There was cocaine, but the major drug was alcohol. And in that town, it was like, it was what we had in Elkhorn was, or in Watertown too, but really bad in Elkhorn was the drunk driving. Okay. Curvy country roads every summer, like a carload of kids would all die on a fucking country road somewhere where they would get drunk and they're racing a Mustang around the corner, fiery crash. Like it was bad, man. Like literally every fucking summer, like sometimes multiple times a summer, an entire car or truckload of kids would fucking go off the road and would just get barbecued in some fiery clash, head-on collisions. Yeah. I mean, it was so sad, dude. It was like really fucking brutal. Dude, lots of meth in the coastal Maine town. Yeah, meth is a bad one, dude. It's rough, dude. It is rough. I think it's everywhere, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it is everywhere to a degree, but the thing is the reason some of that shit is exacerbated in small towns is because you don't have anything else to do, right? When you go to a city, there's just a lot of shit. When you go to a city, there's tons of parks and there's like, third spaces, there's coffee shops, there's multiple different scenes. You have a goth scene, you have a fucking rock scene, you know what I mean? There's music scenes, people are like having house shows. There's like, the city affords you so many, even if you're depressed, there's so much more opportunity to find third space shit. And the smaller the town gets, the less that happens. And then the other thing that's really small town that is haunting is the lack of reinvention. Okay. And this is one of the things that really plague small towns that we never talk about. That in a big city, even if you're in high school, whatever, you make your life a living hell. Say you fuck up your whole life, you make really bad decisions, you do something awful. Cities are big enough that you can find another group of people where you can become a different person. You can change schools, or you can change friend groups in your school, and you can go get rejuvenated as a brand new person. You can find a new crowd of people in your town to hang out with. You can endlessly reinvent yourself. And when you are in a town of 3,000 people, you never get to reinvent yourself. Whatever you do at 13 that becomes your rep will haunt you for the rest of your natural born life. So kids go out and they make a mistake, they do something bad, they fuck up, and then it just haunts them. And nobody in the town ever lets them live that shit down. And if they stay in that town for 30 years, they are still dealing with the whispers of what they did when they were 13. And that type of like suffocation drives people to just wreckages of behavior and being trapped in drugs and alcohol and other various numbing activities, because you just can't escape the rep. And it's really unfair, because we all make mistakes, man. And then you can never outlive them, Dude, people wanted new people and new ways of thinking. I bet, Tony, they lived it up. Man, dude, it's so hard, bro. Gummo, dude, it's fucked up, bro. It is, dude. It is messed up, man. A house blew up from you. Oh shit, dude. There was a house in Portland that blew up that was pretty crazy, dude. It was by a park. It blew up, dude. Yeah, it's fucking it, man. It's rough, dude. It is rough. All right, guys. But dude, what are we doing? We're fucking taking over oil tankers, man. Dude. This, I mean, this is just so not right, guys. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just so not right. And I mean, again, where's Congress? Did they ask Mike Johnson about this? Because did you see Chuck Schumer? Bro, fucking Chuck Schumer's reaction? Did you see him? What the fuck is going on with Schumi, dude? The Schumer's reaction to this shit was not good, bro. Dude, this shit. Watch this shit, dude.
Do you disagree with President Trump's ultimate goal of regime change in Venezuela?
Look, the bottom line is President Trump throws out so many different things in so many different ways. You don't even know what the heck he's talking about. Obviously, if Maduro would just flee on his own, everyone would like that. But we don't know what the heck he's up to when he talks about that. So it's very, very, you cannot say, I endorse this, I endorse that, when Trump is all over the lot, not very specific, and very worrisome at how far he might escalate.
But Charles, you can say, I endorse or I don't endorse. You actually can. It doesn't matter what Trump is pulling out of his little bag. It's do you endorse him firing missiles into fucking random boats? Do you endorse him taking over like a pirate, a fucking oil tanker, and trying to provoke a war and throwing a whole bunch of military outside this country simply because you want their fucking oil, man? What the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? Dude, he is. Look at Schumer, though. I mean, how pasty is this motherfucker? Dude, look at him. Dude, he looks like he's been living in a fucking cave, bro. Dude, is he living in the underground bunker now or what? I mean, look at his skin, dude. He looks like he's made out of fucking marble, bro. flesh muppet.
Do you disagree with President Trump's ultimate goal of regime change in...
Right, dude, yeah. It's like, come on, bro. What are we doing, dude? Dude, the thing about this, guys, is this, okay? Is like, you got to look at our priorities, okay? Because you ready? Like, let me just tell you this, guys, okay? For example, let's just go with the warmongers for a second, okay? Because if your theory is that regime change is okay, let's just say that you believe regime change is okay and allowable and it's something you want to engage in. So why are we doing it in Venezuela? Why don't we do the regime change in Russia, okay? Where you have Putin invading countries, Ukraine, Crimea, he's taking land, he's threatening all of Europe, and he's fucking around sponsoring terrorists everywhere. If we're gonna do regime change, let's go knock off the fucking piece of shit who's threatening the whole goddamn world, okay? Why are we regime changing down in Venezuela? I mean, we know why, Exxon, BP, Shell, Chevron, but my point being is if regime change is really the problem, we should be going after the regime that's causing the most amount of fucking damage. Right? Instead of just regime changing this shit that like pads your donors' pockets. Okay? Like, so the regime change argument is fucking bullshit because they're not regime changing the people that really deserve the regime change. Okay? And in fact, Trump is like Bubba with Vladimir Putin while he's trying to get that Venezuelan oil. He wants the easy oil and he wants the minerals. And you know what I'm saying? Right? You know, but there's also a bunch of minerals there. And I'll be honest, I'll be honest, guys. I feel like this has something to do with his relationship with Bukele and with Argentina. Okay? I mean, look at what's going on there. And he's letting like Honduras's former president out. Like, I feel like Trump is sort of like trying to make a deal with all the other devils in South America and like, right? That he's like, you know what I mean? Like something else is going on where it feels like Trump is trying to be the Israel of South America for all of these other yokels down there, right? Where he's like, oh, I'm going to go fight your battles for you. And like when they come after me and I get excommunicated, then maybe you'll put me up in fucking Argentina or whatever, dude. Right? Dude. Right? Dude, something's going on. You know? I mean, dude, something's amiss, dude. That probably has something to do with Bitcoin or some other shit, bro. But yeah, dude, the peace president is taking us to war, guys. Dude. Yeah, dude, I just don't. You know, I mean, we knew this was coming, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew this was coming. Like, why'd we vote for this fucking fucknut? Dude, oh, look at this, dude. Newsom. Oh, dude, Gavin. Dude, Gavin's playing the game, dude. You ready? Oh, shit. Oh. Dude, it's cuffing season. Oh, shit, bro. Right back at you. Dude, where's Holman? Oh, man, dude. We heard it's cuffing season. Yeah, it is cuffing season, all right. Dude. Oh, that's brilliant. Dude, right? Like, dude, I mean, guys, if Trump stays in America after this, he's getting arrested. Okay? He's getting arrested if he stays here. I mean, you know, like, I would imagine that Holman, Noam, Hegseth, right? I don't know technically if they can arrest Stephen Miller for anything, but you know, Kristi Noem has already, like, you know, admitted that was disobeying court orders, right? Hegseth has been committing war crimes. Holman has that investigation for the money he's been taking. I mean, that's like at a minimum. It is my understanding that Bill Pulte, right? That Pulte is up to some crooked shit as well. I mean, there's just a number of these guys that could fucking, you know, end up in the clink. Or at the very least, they're going to get investigated and there's going to be grand juries convened for sure. You know, I mean, there has to be, like, you know, firing the missiles and shit. That shit is just not. It's just not okay. You know what I mean? You know, this shit is not okay. Now, the last thing that I want to look at, guys, I really enjoyed that, though. But the last thing I want to look at is this libs of TikTok thing, because I want to show you guys, like, how far we've descended, right? Like, with libs is where we're at, guys. We got to look at where we're at, because a lot of these, you know, right-wing groups or whatever have acquired, like, a significant amount of power. But, like, look at this post, okay, by libs of TikTok, okay? Now think about our transportation issues. We have, like, airlines that are squeezing us into seats that are small. There's discomfort. They're ripping us off. They're overcharging us for luggage. They're like just bleeding us in every way they can. Their planes are crashing. They're having trouble with, you know, holding on to air traffic controllers. Like, the whole industry is like crazy. And you know, the Duffy's response is like, dress up and here's a pull-up bar and all this shit. And, like, so we have libs of TikTok, a major right-wing influencer in America that is tagging the Secretary of Transportation, the highest level government official in the U.S. government, is getting tagged by a social media personality to say, hey, man, in Austin's airport, there's an office window with a pride flag. Can you, like, forget about the planes crashing and forget about all the air traffic controllers and all this nightmare shit we got going on? But, man, there's one airport in America where we found a pride flag. Can you please go? Can I please speak to the manager and you go and fucking make sure you get this pride flag out of the window? Like, guys, this is the right-wing priority, okay? That, like, and like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Really? You like, is the Secretary of Transportation going to respond to an influencer's charge to go? They're going to drop everything and go to Austin, make phone calls, make sure that whatever the LGBTQ people there who want the LGBTQ people to know you're safe here, they're like, no, get that flag out of the window, right? And then, you know, there's like a plane crash tomorrow, but, like, forget the plane crashes. Let's get that flag out of the window. Like, guys, this is the Republican government. Okay? This is why they've been on vacation for like 84 days. Why they passed no legislation. They control all branches of government and they're not addressing any of the issues whatsoever. Because the only thing they care about is TV appearances, you know, blowing smoke up Donald Trump's ass and fucking being obsessed with people's sex lives or their gender identity. That's it. They literally are doing nothing else. It's a bunch of religious fucking, yeah, they're all Westboro Baptists. It is a bunch of religiously obsessed zealots that can't get like gay dick out of their fucking minds for like 1 minute. They've literally can do nothing but, oh my God, I think I saw a rainbow. Oh my God, there's a rainbow in the sky. Call the weather service and get them to fucking, start cloud seeding. We got to get rid of these rainbows. Like they are fucking, it's like they can't even do anything. They can't even leave the house without circling pictures with pride flags, right? Is that AI? No, it's some picture they got from fucking, the Austin airport, right? And they're tagging the highest ranked transportation official in the country, dude. Like, bro, what are they doing? Like, can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they want to take up. It is literally, you know what's funny, guys? I'm going to go out with this, and then we're giving you the dance party that you guys fucking, like, made happen tonight. The decline of Western civilization is not LGBTQ people or sexual behavior or like demons or lapse of Christianity or any of that shit. It's not transgender people or Netflix or fucking, like Taylor Swift or, whatever, like, what's his name? The guy, Lil Nas. It's not any of that shit. The decline of Western civilization is when civilization stops addressing any of the problems in civilization and instead, like, circled pride flags in photographs and dropped everything. And when the governments, state governments no longer pass bills to address school shootings or hunger or poverty or wealth distribution or housing, and instead they pass 600 anti-LGBTQ bills because they stopped caring about civilization and became only focused on, wait, is that gay? Is that trans? Right? Demons, trans, right? That's the decline of our civilization. That a huge portion of society can't focus on anything but their obsessive, like, crazy thinking about gay and trans sex, right? And you think I'm joking? Look at this shit. 616 anti-LGBTQ bills. 616 bills nationwide. Dude, some of these have 16 or more. Each of these states has more than 16 bills about LGBTQ stuff, but they have 0 about feeding the kids, helping the poor, managing their health care, fixing the rural hospitals, increasing wages. 0. School shootings, 0. Right? But they have anti-LGBTQ bills coming out their fucking ass, boss. You know what I'm saying? And you have like Vermont up here with 0, dude. Vermont's like the only state with 0, bro. Oh, shit. Isn't that funny? You got Bernie's state is the only state with 0. But, dude, West Virginia has like drug problems. There are the highest drug addiction, overdose death anywhere. A fentanyl and methamphetamine problem in West Virginia. And people dying, like the coal miners there, have a life expectancy of like 49, bro. And they have, like, what are their legislators doing? They're fucking banging out anti-trans bills. Like, dude, this is the decline of Western civilization, where all of our government is focused on the wrong shit, man. They're not focused on any of the real problems. They are literally putting all their resources into shoving a Bible up their ass and passing bills about the wrong fucking shit. All right. On that note, we're going to focus on the right shit, guys. Now we're going to dance. I'm going to go make some videos. Let's go. Let's get real, baby. It's time to get edit mode. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, you ready? Oh, dude. Ready to get that heart rate up? You ready to dance to a little deja vu? Dude, and dude, they do not like Netflix buying Warner Brothers. I don't know if you've seen that, but boy, when fucking Ellison was buying shit up, they were fine. But man, dude, Netflix buying, right? Dude, Netflix buying fucking, you know, Warner Brothers, and they're all mad. Oh, they are grumpy cats. Oh shit. All right, you ready? Are we ready? I'm ready, boss. I'm ready. Let's go. Dude, I love Netflix buying Warner Brothers. Fuck it. I mean, it would be nice if it wasn't all conglomerations, but dude, I want Netflix to buy a bunch of shit up, dude. They're always pushing the envelope. And we need more of that. We need envelope pushers, right? You know, they're never going to become like fucking Angel Studios and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, dude, Angel Studios is trash, bro. Bunch of rejects that can't get real fucking jobs, okay? That then make a bunch of like weird canned religious bullshit for a bunch of fucking evangelical weirdos. Dude, oh. Are you ready? Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Got a lot of choices. I got a lot of ways that I can go. I hear a lot of voices. They have a lot to say, but I've known. Been here before. Yeah, I do recognize the tiny nose. There's marble floor, and I don't need my eyes to see what lies behind that wooden door. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it like things will turn out okay. Everything lately, I'm feeling so familiar. Coming on greatly, it's feeling like a million. I've been here before, yeah, I do recognize the tiny nose. This marble floor, and I don't need my eyes to see what lies behind that wooden door. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it like. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it like things will turn out okay.
Let's go.
Coming up slowly, this feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy, an notion that I will make it out somehow. A little deja vu,
Yeah, get that blood pumping. Blood pumping. Oh. Let's go. Yeah, baby. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with everything. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with everything but me. All right, guys. Whoa. I will fucking see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go make some videos. All right, you gotta keep that shit real. Keep it real, baby. Oh. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with everything. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with everything but me. Yeah. But me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I love you. Yeah, 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 I love you. Yeah, 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 I love you. Yeah, 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 I love you. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep it real. Take care of yourselves. Good night. I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be